Hey everybody, welcome back. How's everybody
Howdy,
doing
everyone.
tonight?
I'm decent enough. It's hotter than hell up here. Not that I would know yet.
100 is a big number.
100 is a big number.
More than 100 is bigger than that.
You speak wisdom.
Yes, very wise.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, someone
Very
from
much.
Texas. Oh, you call that hot?
Yeah, but I get to say that the temperatures you consider cold are just child's play, so perfectly balanced.
Joke's on you. You think I consider any temperature cold?
Listen, all I'm saying is all temperatures under 60 are no, absolutely not. 0 to
Your
10.
bloodline is weak, and it will not
Joke's on
survive
you.
the
You think
winter.
I think?
Yeah,
Listen.
there you go. Dad's got the real knowledge.
Head empty, no thoughts.
Listen, I accept
Empty,
this as
only
fate,
thought-
as long as I have this correct
with
opinion.
only an O.
Dang. You ready to get
By the way,
into that?
Yeah, by the way, has anyone checked to make sure Golden is still alive? Haven't heard anything from him in, well, 20 minutes or so.
Tacos.
Taco.
Hey, Golden lives!
There we go. He's alive.
Very base.
The boy.
The boy.
Yeah, I thought it might be prudent to check before we get 30 minutes into the session. Oh my god, he's out of hardtack.
Listen,
Nah.
okay, his character's old and dying, not him.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
don't know that.
Do I?
Oh.
Don't I? I could prove it to you, but then I'd be doxing him on air, and that would not be wise.
Yeah, but what you fail to consider is that reality can be whatever I want it to be.
Yeah, exactly.
Counterspell.
Oh,
I counterspell your counterspell.
I force of negation your counterspell.
I censure your counterspell.
I... Hold on. Dovin's veto your counterspell.
I forged edict your Dovin's veto.
Congratulations. Too bad.
I
Hey,
used the
wait.
wish spell to force all current spells active to end.
You son of a bitch.
I don't know how, but I legendary resist all of this.
You use evasion.
This local man sends like a 60-foot like radius nuke. Rogue. Ha! I do flip.
Flip go burr.
Fantastic. Well, we have everybody here that we're gonna have, so would we like it to
Alright.
go ahead and be the morning of the 5th day after quite a variety and interesting amount of truth and dare?
Yeah, sure.
Based. It is
Yes.
morning time.
Build.
The sun is not shining particularly bright, but it is glistening off multiple bits of the morning dew as it's set in quite heavily in a fog this morning. There's a glisten as it kind of shines and refracts out, leaving the almost entirety of the outside of the house a little bit generally illuminated without being in direct light itself, as the morning is cool and calm.
Well, I see everyone else is up early.
Well, it is the Queraks.
Give me a second. My roll 20 is being stupid.
Would anyone like a reminder of what today is?
Yes.
Is it?
The 5th day. It's a day of forgiveness.
Well, then I'm
Oh.
going back to bed.
Yeah. Rifter does the same.
Oh, really? You were so resistant to the idea of going to bed yesterday.
Right, but today is the antithesis of who I am.
Magical resistance. I'm heading out.
Well, you seem to forgive me for being Delmarov readily.
Hey, that is different. That's a product of circumstance, not of choice.
Well, either way, I suppose I should be glad that you didn't, well, murder me in my sleep early on or anything like that.
Grifter just nods.
Would have been unfortunate.
I'm glad I didn't do that too.
I've grown rather attached to having my head on my shoulders, after all.
Did you say that your head's
I
grown
would
rather
say most
attached to
people
you?
are.
What
You
did
made it fun.
Daklo say, by the way?
Oh, I said most people are.
Well, in any case, I intend to head out to the checkpoint today.
What needs doing?
I just want to check up on them.
Fair enough.
I feel as though I've
I
been
might
delinquent in my duties.
help out at the checkpoint there as well today. I don't have much anything else to do.
Well, normally these days I have you to guide me, but if you're heading out, then I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do.
Ski.
Don't worry, I shouldn't be long. And Lork basically tidies up a bit and makes his way out.
Alright. Would you like that to be an actually procured and displayed bit of sessionary?
Perhaps. It was going to be relevant to the theme of the day.
Okay.
Angela's gonna go there too, just so that she can do some actual job.
Alright. Fantastic. If y'all would like to boot up into dungeon, because that one is
Yes.
dungeon.
Okay.
Give me
17
one moment.
steps ahead of you.
Means that we also need to put that on the big screen.
Big screen. Yo guys, this is the first time we're in the dungeon page in like a month.
Whoa.
Hog.
Hoggy woggy.
I hate this.
I'm really looking forward to letting you guys get back in the dungeon next week.
Yeah.
Same, honestly.
Yep. Poggers your woggers.
Let me in.
You know what? Fuck you. Unpoggers your woggers.
Bifter.
Undungeons your dragons.
No, not undungeoning my dragon.
My dragon was so dungeoned before you undid that. No.
Wait,
Dragon
fuck,
my
is that
balls.
Chalice there?
But would it be worth if I undragoned your
Um,
dungeon?
Uh-oh.
What, is there about to be a situation?
there may be if I'm recognizing this token right.
I don't know, are you?
I don't remember.
Can't
Oh wait,
see.
no. I'm pretty sure that's not Executor Chalice.
You're off by one letter, my friend. That is Jarus, in fact.
Oh, Jarus.
The
Not
stream is
an
currently
Executor,
on
I
Be Right
imagine.
Back.
What
Oh.
was
Yeah, the stream is currently on
currently
the...
on Be Right Back.
that? I'm almost done setting it up. There we go.
Okay, so just to be clear, this is not the Executor Triumphus here conducting a surprise inspection, right?
You would be correct. You would
Okay.
You would obviously,
thank God.
of course, someone like yourself would know who someone
Yeah,
of that
yeah.
importance is, and that this is in fact one of the 3 people who you
Right.
requested to be assigned to you explicitly.
Right.
All
Sorry about that.
those weeks ago, about 45 days ago, if memory serves.
Yeah, sorry.
No, 85
It's not easy to remember.
days ago.
Names are hard.
Indeed.
Lork offers a quick greeting to his subordinates as he approaches.
Jairus is a little bit sleepy off on his side, just kind of propped up, and he comes to attention as you begin to approach, whereas Sharak was already generally alert. They both give you brief nods. There was a word I was looking for, but I kept on coming up on the word chafe, which is not correct.
Ah. Just dropping the.
Salute.
Greetings, I hope the work's been treating you too well.
We're doing what needs to be done, and that's good enough, right?
Aye. And thank you for that.
We did end up having one person who had it. We had to turn them back.
Yes.
Barring that, everything should have been good so far.
Well, I'm glad it doesn't seem to have spread that far. Thank you for your diligence. Well, this may seem uncharacteristic, but I would like to apologize for being delinquent as the director of this operation.
He just takes a couple steps forward. Oh, please, Lork. It's our job. He kind of looks to the side, making sure that Shark isn't listening into this. Even though I'm triumphant, I'm not, and rather be here than out on the front lines, you know?
Understandably so.
I made a vow for the country, not against others.
Well, in any case, thank you for all that you've done for
Akela.
the work with this check.
Dunk, 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 dunks on the door. Just a moment. You hear the flying fox call out. Yeah, if you remember. No, was it EA
Yeah.
or was it I? I think I pronounced it I.
It was EA.
It was EA at the time?
EA
Fantastic.
Games.
Yeah.
Bloop.
Good morning.
Two of them are sitting at a
Hey.
table enjoying a nice breakfast.
I sorry to come so early, I guess, but
Oh,
here
no,
to help out at the checkpoint today again.
nothing at all. I'm glad to have you back. Have you eaten yet?
Only a small bit.
Okay. Can I get you something then? Would you mind?
You don't need to, but
No,
I'll
please,
take
please.
something if you want.
Thank you. And she
Okay.
flies up through a hole in the ceiling into the second floor.
Huh.
Bloop.
Awkward wave to the other guy.
He gives a nod.
Just got jump scared by my cat.
He did jump over that trash can with great style.
He was falling with style.
Indeed. Let's go with some of this. Fantastic.
Nice.
Mr. Lork, would you like to continue?
Hi. And myself and my associates should be in town and around it for quite some time at this point. We shouldn't have any pressing responsibilities taking us out of town, so if you need anything, please feel free to bring it to my attention.
Of course.
Thank you.
Are things going well for you?
Aye, the dungeon expedition is continuing as planned. Although some areas have been strange, to say the least.
Anything you'd like to talk about?
Lothar, would I remember if I've told Jarrus and the others about the Hell Floor yet?
You have not.
Well, some time ago there was this. It's a long story, but essentially a place of nothing but darkness filled with monsters made of mismatched flesh and blood, and it's a place I'd rather not return to without sufficient reinforcements.
Oh my.
Aye.
Well, I, for one, am glad that you're still here with us.
Aye, I am too. It was close at some points.
And of the rest of your people?
Unfortunately, that floor took many of them from us, and the political machinations of those on the floor after took the rest.
Are we sure that this is worth it?
I don't know for sure, but I intend to learn as much as I can about this place.
May I offer criticism, sir?
Of course.
Try not to let your pride or duty stand above that which is right.
Aye.
Not feel that you need to sacrifice yourself or others simply for what is duty.
Aye. I wish that more people saw it that way.
Well, enough of that.
Aye. Thank you for the conversation, and again, if you need anything, please let me know.
Of course.
Supplies, anything of the sort.
All I can think of is that we only had a couple weeks left of food. We can go grab some, but if you'd like to be our guest.
I know that one of my associates has an ongoing deal with the ration shop. I wonder if we might be able to extend that to this checkpoint. I'll see what I can do.
That would be fantastic. Thank you.
Thank you. Glory to the Highborn.
Glory to the Highborn.
Am I able to tell, like, how much enthusiasm he says that line with?
How much enthusiasm did I say that line with?
Middling.
Middling.
Damn.
Okay.
EA begins to flutter back down.
Aquila, I'll be heading back to rejoin the others and to potentially negotiate some details. I trust you have things well in hand here?
All good.
Alright. Thank you.
Thumbs up.
Lork heads back to the house.
Would you mind rolling a persuasion real quick? Just to shortcut some of that talking with the deals?
Sure. I was gonna, hopefully bring Mr. Sneck to, since he is the master of the art of the deal.
Well, Darius, would you mind
Yes.
making a persuasion?
Hiss.
Ah, I see. I would roll for you, but my cat is currently entrapping me.
Oh, my
Oh,
purse.
beautiful.
Well,
I
Darius,
heard you love rolling low.
Darius, luck.
I mean, I'm really looking forward to Light in the Dark, where I just get to be like, okay, so I rolled a 2, but it's a 21.
Mm-hmm.
Stonks.
Stonks. So.
Drifter, teach me reliable talent.
Hey, you're already learning dueling from me.
I'd probably say Reliable Talent is one of the ones that's too keystone to, yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Essentially, there's a little bit of difficulties because you guys didn't end up delivering the, like, caravans the last 2 months.
Young seed.
And so he's a little bit upset that he had to go back to resorting to some of the like Merchants Guild and or Warriors Guild people to handle the transactions, but ultimately business is still business, and you guys managed to set something up.
In hindsight, we should have left information beforehand. I apologize for leaving you in a lurch like that.
No worries, friend. It's I understand, like, you've had a promotion of sorts, and there are bigger things you have to worry about.
So it won't happen again.
He kind of thinks about contesting that and just lets it go. Anything else I can do for you?
No, but thank you for this.
Of course. And he's just a little bit awkward about it, not really knowing how to close it out. Happy Q5.
Hi. Enjoy the rest of the Queraks.
To you as well.
Aye. Well then. Glad I was able to get that taken care of.
Indeed.
Thank you for coming along for that.
I mean, of course. Regardless, you did say that you would bring me around for the Queraks, so this is something, at the very least.
That is true. By the way, let me know if there's any sound bleed through from like the outdoors. It's raining pretty heavily. Just want to make sure.
Jealous?
Will do.
Yeah, just feel free to shoot me in the head if it starts bleeding through.
Already
Okay.
got my scope pointed at between your eyes. Let's go.
Yeah, true.
Better not fucking miss.
Whenever you guys reach back at the home, Rifter has something for you.
Oh.
Rifter, I didn't expect to see you so soon. I thought you would have had other plans for today.
Mine's like sleeping.
He kind of just yawns. He says, "Yeah, but I thought I might get into the spirit of the holiday, and so I made this for you." And he hands Darius a tiny little piece of paper. And on that piece of paper, it says, "I forgive you for being an obnoxious thorn in my side." It's a little picture of a cartoon snake biting a cartoon bird.
Fantastic. Delicious.
Darius slowly walks over, opening his mouth and baring his fangs, trying to like light Rifter.
And he kind of pats him on the back. He says, "But in all seriousness, laddie, I get we didn't get along at first, but I've come to value you as a friend and companion."
You're not food anymore.
In all fairness, did any of us really get along at first?
You just see like Rifter gears turning, like flashback style. Oi!
Montage.
didn't murder anyone, so I think that counts.
Yes, you did. That was our entire point of contention.
Well, okay, I didn't murder anyone we liked.
Although the way
Once
Ardriel
more.
would have put it, you attempted to murder him at least 3 separate times.
We liked.
Fair point.
Point being that I played along with others far better than I usually do.
I wonder how much of that was Dyer's influence.
Decent amount. Guy had a way to charm me.
He did have some pretty, gorgeous hair.
He was. He was in fact pretty.
He had
Are
some
Lorik
pretty.
and Darius just having this conversation from outside the window?
I guess.
I would imagine that we walked in the door.
Then perhaps walk in the door.
Oh, I didn't realize we were actually on... Oh. Back in the map.
Lol.
Sorry.
Lol.
Okay. I will close out all Hectorum dungeon.
No need. Maybe need.
But yeah. Look, at the end of the day, I consider a successful relationship if I did not kill anyone in the process.
I would... That is some metric of success, indeed. I forgive you for being a murder hobo.
Hey, and he like raises his hands like around. I'm just a normal murderer. As you can see, I have a house.
I was about to say,
Just goes,
don't let Doppler hear you say that. He might have
My
corrected you.
house, you live here.
Hey, I pay rent just like everyone else.
I was about to say, in all fairness, we've all paid at least some of the house.
The house is in fact paid off, you would remember.
And that somehow does not make this my house?
Well, no, it makes it our house.
Oh, shut up,
Here's
socialist.
a comment.
And you just hear Rifter humming some theme, just.
Well, Mr. Darius, would you like to show him up?
Wait, what does that mean?
Oh no, the capitalists and the communists are gonna fight?
Not what I was getting at, but sure.
World War
Oh.
II. Like,
What? Yeah, what were you getting at, JC?
Don't you know the lyrics to it?
I
Oh.
do, but that doesn't mean I'm going to sing it.
Yeah, but I was asking. Okay, whatever.
Listen, all that means is that he'll give me the words. That's all that means. It's a net gain.
This is true power.
And Rifter just kind of looks over at both of you and says, "So what about you? You got any plans or anything to do?"
Ares turns his head and looks at Lorik.
I've already taken care of, well, everything I had to.
Oh, all right.
As it turns out, it doesn't seem as though there's much to forgive among all of us.
Rifter thinks. Well, they're not here, so I guess I can't do it. Never mind. Yeah, you're right. The only
Oh,
other... Oh, God.
Well, I suppose I could go on something of a shopping trip, get supplies for the feast tomorrow.
Rifter. Shopping! And he kind of... he morphs into Vermilion and just kind of, like, links arms with you. And he says, "Where we going?"
Well, the forums usually have more of what I'm looking for.
And he is ready to embark with you because he is your friend and he likes you.
Aw, wholesome.
Wholesome posting in the chat. So yeah, I go to the forums with my good buddy, Lorik Al Hectorum from the Al Hectorum series.
Wow. Amazing. How long do you guys gather supplies and to what degree of intensity?
Probably a couple hours at least. Probably like stocking up on a few spices, trying to cover bases to make sure that we aren't relying on others bringing stuff potluck style.
Alright, so you're going in enough. I'd probably say that you managed to handle it for about 2 gold since you're doing good.
Rifter also tries to get his good friend Lorik Delmarev a discount, if at all possible, with his excellent persuasion skill.
What's your persuasion skill at?
I have a 6, but I have proficiency, which means I get reliable talent.
Oh.
Please roll.
Yeah, that is probably a bit better than my persuasion.
16, which is a 16. No.
Damn! Damn sucks.
Well, do you want to split the cost here, or...
Rifter nods, and he gets out his little coin purse like he's a grandma and hands him a few coins, whatever that may be.
About an hour after they leave, Darius and Schoenhoff, you hear a dun 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 knock on the door.
Uh-oh.
You think that's them?
I doubt that they'd knock, especially with Rifter.
He's catching on.
Darius sort of stretches, pats his face a little bit, and goes from a very neutral face to a smiling face, and opens the door.
As you do, you see Kazari is there, sitting a little bit timidly with her hands kind of crossed in front of her, like, not in front, like behind her back a little bit.
Hello, welcome.
Is Rifter here?
Currently he's out with Lorik, gathering supplies.
She kind of looks off and down to the side for a moment, a little bit, like... What's
If you'd like to come in to wait for him.
Yeah, thank you. And she
Of course.
just takes a step in, and then
Yeah.
just stands to the side.
Would you like anything? A drink? Some food?
No, thank you.
Right.
Thank you.
Let me know if there's anything you need while you're waiting. He makes his way and sits back down and starts writing again.
She just kind of lurks there, continuing to stand for the duration until either they get back or you say something about it.
Darius figures
a
that
little
it's
bit
Rifter's
odd.
business.
Alright, so after 2 more hours of shopping, the party of the 2 of them return.
And then I said, that's not a murder, that's a steal!
Oh, I could hear that sigh from a mile away. They must be home.
And Rifter
Am I
walks
getting
in.
the door? My hands are kind of full here.
Rifter just, honey, I'm home,
You're finally back!
darling. And Rifter just like holds out his arms.
He makes his way. Gives like he goes over to Rifter, hugs him, and puts like his one of his legs up and toes pointed up, and says, "We have a visitor." And
Rifter's like, oh, hey. How did I completely not notice her? Hello, it's very nice to see you again. How may I assist you?
Was he Rifter when he stepped through the door?
Probably.
Oh, well,
Wait. Yeah, no, probably, since we're at home.
yeah, okay. She just takes a step forward, pulls a small box from behind her back about like 2 inches by like 6 inches across, and just kind of steps forward and hands it to you. It's covered in like not quite white, but a little bit of a tan cloth with a slight red string around it.
Rifter just kind of expects the box. He like shakes it a little, like to try to hear what's inside,
There's
like holding it up to his ear.
It sounds like there's another box inside.
He says, "Oh my goodness, a box! I love boxes!" And he just opens it up.
She's like, sorry about the fight we had. It's
And
I
he
was
kind
out
of
the line.
he kind of snickers. He's just like, "My dear, I had long considered that water under the bridge, but since you are here, would you care for any sort of refreshment? I could make you some mean tea."
Darius from around the corner. Don't drink anything he makes.
He like makes a little raspberry, and he says, "Oh, he's just upset because he hasn't tried it yet."
She just gently nods. Thank you, and begins to try to make her way out.
Rifter nods and he says, "Anytime you are welcome in this house." And he goes ahead and he inspects the box, or opens it up and sees what it is.
Inside of the wrapped box is another box, this time one that kind of slides up from the top.
Is it like a wrapped box again, or is it like the thing is a box that she got me?
It is like, you know how when you wrap a gift, sometimes there's another box inside the box? that
Okay,
actually
it's just
Like
that.
there's the box that actually holds it, and then there's the box that you give.
Yeah. Okay, in that case, he opens that up.
You open it up, and there is a relatively regular dagger that has a little bit of gold engraving on it.
Oh, I look at it and I'm very fascinated by it. What can I tell about it that makes it special other than that gold?
It is beautiful.
Okay, so does it look valuable? Does it look like does it look magic of any kind?
Yes, it is valuable. Nothing appears magical about it.
Okay, so it just seems like a very fancy dagger. Okay, in that case,
It's
Rifter kind of
It's almost like ceremonial levels of.
yeah. Rifter just kind of He kind of thinks for a second, looking at his dagger, and he's pondering what he should do with it. And he just says out loud to himself, thinking, "Under normal circumstances, I would sell this beauty, but since it's a gift..." And he goes ahead and he just kind of goes over by his section of the room, and he just like puts it up like above his bed.
No.
And he just kind of looks at it and he's like, "Ah, yes, wonderful." Is there anything about it that I can tell from its origin? Like, is it like a weapon forged in her homeland? Is it like
Did you make an investigation?
Okay, cool. I would love to make an investigation.
Let us
I'm pretty
find
sure
out.
I'm actually pretty good at that. Let me see. 17.
A 17. It is from like some of the like craftswork on it indicates that it is from somewhere in the Prune Empire. Like you've seen a little bit of workings like it, but you would not be able to specify where.
Okay. Can I tell what language it is?
None of it is in language.
Oh, it's not a language. It's just markings. Okay. Okay. I guess that satisfies all my questions, and I happily have a new fancy big dagger.
It's like I guess the best word would be gilded.
Okay. Oh, actually, one final question. Can I tell if it is like actually combat usable? Like if I attempted to use it in combat, could I actually do that? Or is it okay?
Take a little bit of the like cloth and you push on it a little bit, and while it's not super duper sharp such that it just instantly pushes through the cloth, it doesn't like break or anything.
Okay.
So it seems relatively standard as a knife.
Okay, so it is just a fancy dagger. Okay, well, I enjoy my new ornament. I put it up top, and I just enter the room, the kitchen, just like with my arms on my hips, and I'm just like, you know, I'm pretty good at this. You know, making friends and all that. And he's just very full of himself, very proud.
Well, that was forgiving you for... I forget exactly how, but I seem to remember that you... well, made an ass of yourself trying to flirt with her.
No. No, that was a different one. To my
Right.
recollection, I made a joking, you know, 20 on the blah blah blah, and I think she did not take that as kindly as I had intended for it. You know, given my lack of variety.
Right, I remember now.
But it is what it is. And at this point, he kind of just sits down and continues to make some more tea. Or I guess he would need to go over here where the tea is.
After about 10 minutes of starting to prepare the tea and being in the last bits of process of attempting to boil, Akla, you return.
Okay.
Hope things went well.
Pretty smoothly. Not a whole lot of people traveling now.
I suppose with it being so late in the Queraks.
It's everyone's statement.
Decent enough. Although, it just hit me that while we were in the town itself, I should have gone to see Kipip about that emblem. I don't know why I forgot to check in.
I'm sure it can wait one day.
Aye, of course. Although tomorrow we won't really have much time, we'll have to prepare for everyone's arrival.
Wait. Everyone's arrival? What do you mean?
Our not so new anymore neighbors are joining us.
Rifter looks at you very upset and very concerned. What? Why?
Tomorrow's the day of the feast.
Come on. Piss.
Well,
Honey, we
she
are
asked-
going to have company over. You have to be on your best behavior.
Not my real
Well,
dad.
she
I just
asked
want to
if-
show you off.
Basically, she asked if we wanted to join her at her place for the feast, and, well, I didn't want to impose, so...
So you're
Okay.
imposing on the rest of us.
We have the space.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. I'll play ball. But if this is a trap, you all heard me call it.
Rifter, I doubt our neighbors are trying to trap us. They are a single mother and her 3 children.
Oh.
Young children.
I thought you meant, and he like moves his head over to the side. You know, the
No, we're not going to have a repeat of Ignakiar.
oh, in that case, I would be delighted to have guests in my company.
Although I think you'll be pleased to know that at least Jareth seems to be something of a sympathizer for the cause.
Woo! All right, yeah, we got some lads.
I don't have many details yet, but the things he's told me seem to indicate that he doesn't exactly have as much zeal for the Domrev cause.
Well, that's
As
something
many
you
of
can
his
latch
peers.
onto.
Aye. And I fully
We-
intend to.
Take those. Let's go.
Oh, I saw that. Any other plans for today?
Well, since I won't exactly have time to head out tomorrow, thanks to all the preparation, I thought I might as well go and check on Kipip today, if anyone else wants to join.
I could enjoy my time with you, so yeah, let's go. What could go wrong?
We'll go as a gang. Come on, Strunhoff.
Oh my god, Strunhoff's had a heart attack. He's dead in his chair.
Lord's really just gonna be walking back and forth for like 2.5 hours today.
He do
And-
be walking, though.
By the way, when Darius says that, he just says, "We'll go as a gang." Wait, so we're going to go break his kneecaps, and then we're gonna take all of his money.
Hashtag
Lork
girl
just
boss.
sets his hand on top of Rifter's head, calmly.
If we're breaking anyone's kneecaps and taking anyone's money, it is absolutely going to be me.
And he says, "Oh, no. We know much richer people."
And besides, I'm not sure if we could if you weren't lying about that card's effect.
Oh. He thinks about it, and he's like, "That's a good point."
My bones are
Oh.
empty.
Well, in any case,
Hey, quick question for Rifter.
Yeah.
Does he know his bones are hollow?
You know what? Probably because he was properly educated on basic, basic subjects across everything. So he probably knows that birds have hollow bones. Like, nobody told him, but he could probably make an educated guess that birds have hollow bones, therefore he probably does. Unless that's not something they would know in this timeline, in which case, no, he doesn't.
Dude, people have known birds have hollow bones since, like, people ate the first
I've
chicken.
eaten birds.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. In that case, yes, he is very acute. If not through, actually, retcon, if not through education, through living. He's very aware.
So wait,
he has eaten
so-
chicken.
So yeah, has Rifter eaten chicken?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Cannibal.
Hey, chickens are different.
Has Rifter ever eaten a corvid?
No.
I don't know. Chickens are vicious,
Rifter's got
murderous
COVID.
birds who live to murder other things. I think that.
Darius, don't make me get demonetized. This is going on YouTube afterward.
Right. SARS-CoV-2.
Yeah, hard R, corvid.
Where
Whoa,
is the
Lothair's out
right
here using the hard R.
and sell my amputation knife? I don't know. There's just stuff that I have, and I'm like, I have many stuff.
Oh my.
Um,
So just for the record, out of character, because I forgot what emblem you are speaking of.
Kivas's.
Ah, I see.
I gave it to Kipip.
Just
To-
the emblem, not the removal of the, like, identifiers? Or is that what you mean? Is like the...
Thickolm is the one taking care of the armor. Kipip is the one, identifying the Delmarev crest.
Alright.
Isn't that just a crest?
Yeah.
rest. So yeah, Rifter just goes ahead and he accompanies Lork on his way to visit the manly man,
Also this.
the not very tall man.
The not very tall man. I want to
Yeah.
transfer us over because I don't want to waste your fucking time.
Whoa! Holy shit!
Oh,
What do you mean, whoa?
You said that with just such a level of like your.
Waste your fucking time.
Yeah. Exactly. Okay.
God. As you get there, he gives you like 3 silver back, and he basically says, honestly, seems like it's just an emblem, but there's some kind of magic in it, and can't tell what it is.
well, thank you for your efforts.
Yeah.
Were you able to?
Can't tell you what it is, but best guess I could have. I can't test it in any way, so just theorizing. But it's an emblem. Sometimes emblems are used as keys with people, so maybe it's some kind of key. But no clue really. Don't hold me to that.
Oh, thank you. Were you able to identify a specific school of magic on it, or?
Well, it's on an item, ain't it?
I suppose I would make it transmutation by default. Well, thank you for your time.
Yeah. Sorry I couldn't do better for you.
It's alright.
Anything else I can do to help? Maybe get that 3 silver back?
Not yet, but after the Queraks, my associates and I intend to head back into the dungeon. Hopefully we'll have plenty of things for you to identify.
I have ideas, but not the money, so I'll hold off.
Alright, well, look forward to seeing you around. Won't be open for the rest of the Queraks, so best of luck.
Aye, thank you.
Good one, mate.
He gives a gentle wave.
Anyone else have anything they want to do on Q5?
Yeah, scene transition.
Wheeze.
I mean, I guess just maybe work on trying to make some elemental runes or something, or concoctions that I can put on my crossbow, but
Superb.
like maybe my leftover ice lizard fangs could give ice aspect to some of them if I tried. Can I test that out?
Sure.
Yeah, I would like to try crafting magic bolts.
Of course.
I don't know necessarily how to do
Magic
that.
bolts. Ooh.
Well, would
Wait a
you
minute,
mind-
Artificer gets to reduce the cost of common and uncommon magic items in the creation time, don't they?
Yes.
Nice.
Which is why she's able to, since it's a fairly simple type thing,
Yeah.
she'd be able to do it just in the evening. Would you mind
Yeah.
giving me an Arcana real quick?
Natural 20, natural 20, natural 20.
Natural 20.
So I think I never added my second ability score increase from level 8 because my int is still 18 and everything else is my base stats. So I'm like,
You end up spending about 3 gold on it total, and you fail to get your desired results.
Well,
You feel like you've made a little bit of progress, but certainly not anything that would be useful yet.
would Rifter know or hear anything about this process? Like, would he would he be able to notice it in any way?
Probably.
Okay.
Akla,
And
what's
that
your level of secrecy like for this?
not very.
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, Rifter, after I'm just gonna assume that whatever she's doing just fizzles out and dies.
Well,
And
she's attempting it for a good 2 hours over the course of the evening.
yeah, after she's finished, Rifter kind of notices what she's doing, and he just says, "I see. Well, if you need any help next time, I would be more than happy to lend my assistance in any way possible, in exchange for half of the bounty."
You have oh yes, you do have a crossbow. Okay.
I like the idea that because he can't do jack shit with magic, he's just able to be like the target dummy.
Yeah, so basically next time this happens, Rifter will
So
attempt
he
to take...
steals the raw materials for me.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Wait, actually,
Whoa.
wait, that's actually
You guys
10,
are too
10,000
chaotic
idea.
neutral. No.
Wait, this is a great idea. Wait a minute. Okay, well, yes, Rifter definitely would do that. But also, I more so meant that I will take the help action in doing so.
That's how I read it as well.
Not
Yeah, okay.
law-abiding citizens.
A rogue, a law-abiding citizen? Surely you jest.
Anything else for the evening? Schoenhoff?
How much time do we have left for like the middle of the night? Or from,
There's
like,
probably
the
about like
ridiculous hour?
8 hours until the depth of night.
I'll do some experimenting on the sapphire again.
Superb. Give me an arcana. Ouch. No progress
Very
is
lucky.
made.
Well, guess I'll try again next time.
Big Sag.
Sag.
Yeah, Evan, remember the first time we played D&D and I was like, hell yeah, I got like a 9 in this and then I rolled a 1?
Yep.
The big Sag.
I do definitely remember that, actually. Yes. Get destroyed.
Yeah.
XD.
Big Vega.
So yeah, I guess we just seen transition.
It is now the morning of Q6. This day, of all of the days, is specifically the day of the feast. It's the day of storytelling and of utilizing much of the bounties that remain after the winter. It is Shantae's day.
Okay. So, for the record, Rifter will be up and at him ASAP, and he will be on his way as quickly as possible to grab his pseudo kind of sort of girlfriend for the feast.
Who?
I have returned.
To whom do you refer?
Emma? I think her name is?
The one who is about 3 days' journey away?
Oh, right. I forgot. She's in Soju. Fuck! I really
Get
fucked this
Cernhoff
up.
to cast teleportation circle.
Yeah. Cernhoff! I need a favor, man!
Is this actually happening?
If at all possible.
Hey, JC.
Hey, Akla.
I don't know the crafting cost of adamantine armor. What website do I go to?
You don't.
I know, but I want to know how
Fuck.
much I have to save up. It's an uncommon magic item, and I get to reduce the crafting cost of
Okay,
infusing
so
it into
adamantine is a lot fucking better and a lot harder to get here.
It's fair. Okay.
Like it's
So
not
I'm on-
it's not fucking mithril, but it's like up there.
Okay, so I'm on D&D 5e, but it has nothing about crafting cost or price or anything.
So if someone actually did have a suit of adamantine armor, even here it would probably be like like just if it was on the street, which it wouldn't be because somebody could just
500
fucking
gold.
nick it. But like if you're like at an proper security emporium, it would probably be like 600 gold.
Oh.
Oh fuck.
Yeah,
That's
it's
a
like,
bit.
It's like fucking expensive, right?
Yeah, we got
It's-
half adamantine so far.
Yeah, dude. We make Laura RoboCop. That's our plan now.
Ooh. So the real question is, how much do you think you can get out of like an ingot?
We have 5 though.
No, technically.
I want to make a fucking bag of tricks.
But yeah, Rifter does go over to Schoenhoff and says, Oi, mate. Hey, help a guy out, please.
What are you whispering for? I can hear you just fine.
Oh, I just want to make sure you could. Yeah. So, I was thinking that I could get my girl, my bird, we'll call it a fit bird she is, and we could, like, have fun for the feast.
All right, and where do I come in?
Well, you see, she's a bit away, so I was thinking teleportation, a little magic here, a little magic there.
Yeah, sure. Just mind sparing some of the gold for the material costs.
Absolutely, and he slams down his coin purse.
How much gold does Richter have?
Like 30 something.
Okay. How much gold does Struenhoff take?
Like 10% of that.
He takes 3.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, cool. Okay,
Look
so-
at Struenhoff being a subsidizer.
True.
I
Okay,
don't know what that means, so that can't offend me.
And
I have 28
it means
gold. I'm
you
poor
are
as
being
fuck.
a generous man to him. You're paying for some of it out of your own pocket.
Well, yeah.
Aw.
What is the material cost? 5 gold?
Yeah,
Is that what we agreed on? Yeah, okay.
and that's one more.
So I get that ready for him. While other things go on, I guess.
Alright.
Rifter just rubs his hands together like a crazy person, like. That is kind of shitty. I do
Everyone
agree.
else, I assume, is just preparing some of the meal for the day?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Lork is in full head chef mode.
Okay.
Darius is kind of like eyes squinted behind him, trying to understand what the hell he's doing and somewhat failing.
Arabella attempts to bring forth a couple mushrooms for the meal, which are quickly dismissed,
Oh, well.
for they do not seem the proper edible type for normal individual consumption.
Did she do that because she's high? Is that why that happened?
Okay, first of all, when is she not?
Well, that was my question.
Yeah. The answer is
Hey, fuck, I
yes.
posted that in the wrong chat.
Lork going full Dragon Ramsay here.
Oh, thank you.
Do you like
Somebody saw my
dragons?
genius.
Do you like dragons?
I like-
Dragging the cook time out of this meal because it's way too fucking raw.
Do you like Ramsay?
fucking
Do you like Ramsay? 'Cause I'm about to.
We are forcibly removed from Twitch monetization.
Indeed.
Yeah. We were dragged away to our deaths.
Demonetization.
Big reason. Alright, Struenhoff, you have the teleportation circle to the Maidens area in Sojupem all prepared.
Well, that just about does it. You ready to go?
Indeed I am. Thanks, mate. And he pats Struenhoff on the back before walking on through, or however that works.
You stand on top of the circle as it blinks you to the other location.
All right. I go ahead and blink there, and I go ahead and look for my dear white wife, I guess, because I'm technically black.
Wow. What does Struenhoff do?
I'm assuming I come with him so we can port back. Isn't that how that works?
Man, here I was hoping.
Abandon him there.
Dude, I knew it. I fucking knew it. You were gonna try this. I knew it. Oh.
Listen, man, if Struenhoff was just like, well, that's my job done. He only wanted to get there.
Listen, I would have just ran back. I would have gone bird Mach 5. It would have happened. It would have been free.
I am speed.
Triple dash.
But yeah, I go ahead and I look for Emma, and I look in the usual places, and if not, I ask around town to find
You find
the
her
sweet
at the
Babu.
guild as she is.
Okay, I go ahead and I walk in, not as actual Bifter, by the way. I am Vermilion in this circumstance. Okay,
I
cool.
mean, this is only the city where the first mortar was attempted. You know.
Yeah. I assumed that I felt the need to specify for that reason. So yeah, I walk on in and I say, hello, hey, how you doing? Hey, blah blah blah, blah, blah. And I just kind of like give up my impression the moment I. Well, actually, is there anybody around that I need to care if they hear me?
Nope. Is
Okay.
Struenhoff with you, or is Struenhoff waiting at the guild?
That's up
I'm
to
waiting at the guild.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah,
All of a sudden, 8 Volstrom guards pop out from the side and capture Rifter, never to be seen again.
GG.
I
no, but
shrug and leave.
you know what? At least I got a shrug. So yeah, I just go ahead and say, hey, come on, you wanna get some free food?
She takes a step forward and kind of locks her arm around yours.
Aw. And I'm just like, God, you're amazing. And I go ahead and I walk her over to the Struenhoff Uber, and I go ahead and I see my good friend and I say, all right, thanks, mate. We can depart now. I don't know if there's how this works entirely. If we can just go, but yeah, regardless, I got a return covered either way.
Sure thing, I say as I begin to prepare the teleport back.
All right,
Struenhoff
let's
really
go.
out here being a responsible dad, paying for 70% of his kids' like driving bill.
College tuition.
I love my dad. My grandpa's so cool. I love him. So yeah, we head off, and when we return, I go ahead and I just try to fucking, I don't know, like make everything nice and fancy because I'm a gentleman like that, you know.
A true gentleman, but definitely
Yeah.
not a scholar.
And I also, if at all possible, Struenhoff just sees a little text above Rifter's head that says Rifter will not forget this.
Yo, Emma is arrived.
Emma is the arrive.
Oh,
We have guests. We have guest 1.
The best one. Listen.
I'd be open to arguments.
All I'm saying is that all of our guests have had some kind of conflict with us in the past. This one has not.
Good fight.
And then
She looks
ignores
at you with
that.
a little bit of a cocked eye.
I think it'd be
And-
great fun.
She begins to move over to the table, which is currently absent of a lot of stuff, kind of staring at you as she begins to sit down at the corner.
So yeah, I go ahead and I prepare her some I would need to prepare more tea
She's
because it would have been cold
staring
this
at
one.
you as she puts her arm on the table, like in a arm wrestle sort of situation.
Oh, ooh.
Darius sort of snaps his fingers. Unfortunately, I am needed in the kitchen.
Man, muffled Rifter.
That was very funny, just hearing
Yeah.
the distant.
Very good.
She is doing it. She's doing the arm wrestle for Rifter, not for Darius,
Understandable.
because because the context was like, you know, guests fighting bit.
Listen. That's why she's the best one. He treats that as a good thing.
Yeah.
Darius sort of pushes it on his back. Yes, don't worry. Your tea can wait.
Rifter is like, all right. And he rubs his hands together. He says, I've got this. And Rifter's gonna take the challenge.
Oh my.
Yeah, dude, she's only like, you know, if I'm pretty sure if she's a class, she's like a fighter, you know? Like what
What could go wrong?
yeah, what could go
she's
wrong?
Only the leader of the mercenaries guild, anyway.
Yeah, dude, I've never had bad things happen.
You can make that roll in a moment, Laura. Evan,
Okay.
would you mind just going in and making me the D20 minus 1?
I did. I got a 15.
Lol.
Dude, Rifter pulled it off.
No, he did not.
Okay, well. Oh, did you actually? Oh, you publicly rolled. I see.
Yeah, I did.
Okay. Yeah, I did not very much succeed. Yes,
No,
you are
did not very
correct.
much succeed. You put up a better effort than you were expecting, and she's not able to roll you over as she was expecting. But
Okay.
she
Did I at
she
least
has to-
impress her?
Yeah. Like she started off just like doing the whole like holding her hand there, like not pushing on you, and then like you started to really lean into it, and you actually started to like push her back a little bit, so she actually had to start trying and push and managed to like pull you back.
Okay, cool. I surprised her. She was like, "Wait a minute. Oh shit. I have to try."
Meanwhile, Darius is just waiting for the thud.
Big lol. Alas,
Lorik is
thud
also a bit
does
surprised when the thud does not come.
Alas, a thud does not come.
Well, when I
Which
lose,
is going to be a pattern for the night.
when I lose, Rifter just kind of like raises his hands and he's just like, well played. And after all, I like the kind of woman that can kick my ass.
I mean, like, really
beat
kill
shit out.
me. I mean,
Kill
like, really murder.
Like, call me your little pee-pee poo-poo pit bull.
What?
Like, look at me. Like, if I look at her funny, I'll end up dead on the floor.
This got different.
When
God,
Lorik doesn't
what a
hear
good
anything,
video.
when Lorik doesn't hear anything, he eventually kind of leans over to look into the dining room after like 20 seconds to make sure if Rifter has died or not.
He just looks at you and he just kind of raises his arms in the air like victoriously and he just says, "I lost."
Lorik just shakes his head.
And then, as he says that, he says, "Now, I think we have a better game we can play, though." And he breaks out a deck of cards.
No.
She's smiling.
I challenge her to poker. Let's go. If poker's a
Darius-
thing.
Darius senses cards being pulled out.
Yes, you
So-
can play Dragon's Ante, Rifter.
And I'm gonna go ahead and do what I do best and cheat.
Are you? Alright, well, first of all, Rifter is, at least when it comes to cheating, an intelligent individual, right?
I mean, not in this circumstance, because he treats it as, dude, if you don't get caught in cheating, you might that's a skill in and of itself. It's just as important as playing the game well.
Okay, well, first of all, would you mind making me a performance roll?
Oh, wait, that's not sleight of hand?
No. First of all, make a performance roll.
Okay, alright. I hate this here. I hate this game. This game fucking blows. Okay, 13.
Okay, you don't even need to cheat, but you can still choose to cheat if you would like.
Okay, in that case, I don't cheat.
Okay, yeah, like you're just playing better.
Oh, okay, cool.
Like that's
In
what
that
I'm,
case-
that's what I'm getting at, right?
Okay. I'm significantly better at this game than I thought I was. Okay. I assumed Rifter wasn't gonna be that good. Okay. Yeah. I best her
I mean,
in
it's a limited sample size, right?
yeah, dude. I mean, hey. Listen. It was all about 1v1s here. And then after I 1v9, I go ahead and I ask her,
So Darius,
So
as you're watching over, like while they're certainly not playing horrible, it's as someone who would be playing a lot of maths, such as yourself, I wouldn't quite go so far to say as it's cringe, but the misplays are abound.
You both did wonderfully.
Lorik eventually gets the meal to a state where he can leave it alone for a while, because it's just kind of like simmering for another hour or so. And he wanders over to the others.
And as I play my final card and send her to Dragon Zodia, I ask her, So today is a day about stories and all. So, mind telling us a few about your past? I'd be rather interested to know, you know? You seem like you got a rich history of fascinating things to say.
/S. Well, it all started with a game of bluegill.
I was just about to say, and here I was about to get out my Bluegill deck, but this sounds more interesting.
Well,
Beat him to
perhaps
the
we can.
punch.
Perhaps we can share stories over another round. I'm not exactly a novice at this myself.
Right, let's do it.
Lorik's game plan is going to be mostly about trying to get the others to second guess whether they go all in or not. Like, kind of just intimidating them with the unknown.
Alright.
Now, Riptor's going to cheat.
Alright.
Darius goes from his smile to his blank face that everyone in the party would recognize. Strength save.
Superb. Okay,
what-
Rifter, you are going to be able to cheat just about as good as you would like, unless somebody would like to roll a 20 on perception.
Basically, I cheat as much as I can to even the score. I don't try to play to actually, like, hard stomp everyone. I play to actually, like, just make it so that my wins are about comparable to everyone else.
Hold on.
Would that
Darius, what strategy are you going for?
Arias is essentially trying to be he's blank facing so much that he is just making people almost like play like he isn't in the game because he's giving off no signals.
Alright,
Ah.
would you mind rolling me a deception?
Oh fuck!
So I'm not playing. I'm just watching. So can I roll for perception?
You may.
See if okay.
Good fucking luck.
Would I be able to roll intimidation here or something
you would
else?
also be going for deception.
Oh, okay. Fuck.
Alright, so Schoonhoff, you're able to see that Lorik's really trying hard to be like, oh, I'm so random and unpredictable. Like, do I have it or am I bluffing? And in reality, he's just kind of going on like a every third thing he's, every third time he's like, yes, this is a strong hand.
Let me see it. Actually, I'm gonna see how well I play just naturally. Actually, wait, where the fuck is my performance? There's my performance. Oh, I actually just play well.
You and Darius are both playing about the same, and your attempts at cheating are actually just about like matched by the fact that you don't know what how much to be able to cheat based on the fact that he's like, you know, you have no fucking clue if he's actually got a good hand or not. Because obviously you don't want to cheat when you don't have to, because then you'll just get caught.
Yeah, exactly.
Would I be able to roll performance?
You would.
Okay. Come on. Don't...
Oh!
In addition to like basically fucking everybody catches on to the fact that every third time he's like, yes, this is a strong hand, and bets more and more, and by the 9th round, you're basically out.
Well, this strategy tends to work better against people who are hard up for entertainment.
I'm sorry, mate, but unfortunately, your technique, it's not unique. I've seen it before, and I just say, I think that this hand is quite good.
Yes,
Better
yes,
cogs,
yes.
Lorik.
About 8 minutes after you get booted from the tournament, there's a knock, knock, knock on the door.
Hopefully this is our other guests.
For the record, that
Or-
wasn't an impression of Lorik, by the way. BT.
Yeah, I kind of got that.
Oh, okay.
What, do you take us as some kind of fools?
No, I take my impersonations as not that good.
Lork
It is
makes way
your
to door.
guess.
Come on in. Our I'm almost done in the kitchen. I'll just be a moment more. But if you want to get yourself settled, everything else should be set up.
Thank you, Lork. And three of them kind
Thank
of
you.
step in. Ark is kind of waiting outside and just crawls over a little bit of the stonework towards the bushes, and she takes a step forward, looks around, and just goes, no, and runs
Wait.
back and picks her up.
Wait. Oh, okay. Actually, DM.
Yes.
I halfway through the game, I actually changed strategies. I realized that Darius is a worthy opponent, and that's all nice and all. But I can do something way memeier and not play. I stopped playing to win and just play to make sure that Emma wins.
Ooh, based. Alright, so I'm going to roll Emma a performance with advantage. That is 3 when it's supposed to be 2. Alright, her and Darius end up matching quite well.
I consider I consider this an absolute win.
Actually, wait, no, you had a 16, didn't you?
I had a 17.
No, Darius.
No, Darius had a 16.
Yeah. Alright, based.
Darius had bad rolls.
She actually starts, she comes out a little bit ahead in the direct engagements with Darius.
You
Let's
play
go.
quite well. But hey, if we were playing for money, I would have taken all of Lorix and half of Rifter, so I'm alright with that. And he puts down his cards. Besides, we have guests here now.
You really think I have much money, Darius?
Well, it would
There's a
still
reason
be
I don't
mine.
play for money.
She kind of holding Ark, the young child, the little baby girl, is kind of carrying her on her side as she moves to begin to sit down while she carries a bag of supplies in the other one, and kind of attempts to hand them off, and eventually just tries to hand it to Darius before she moves to sit down.
Darius takes them, and when you say bag of supplies, is there more detail than that?
There is. They are food meal preparation. They brought food. It is akin to a
Rad.
potluck, yes?
Yes.
Yes, they brought food, specifically mostly on the dessert side. Which is
All right.
honestly a nice change of pace. A little bit of pastries, a little bit of sugary bits.
Darius sort of rubs his hands together. All right, let's get these. And he sets them in the kitchen. Lorik, for when the first courses are done, the guests were kind enough to bring us some desserts, so we can set these out once we've had our first course.
Ah. Thank you for bringing those in. I'll be bringing these right out if you'll be so kind as to help me.
Aye.
Lorik, as you turn back to face the preparations that you're working on, you're able to feel the glare on the back of your head.
Lork turns around
You
to
look
see the source of
around
this glare.
and you see that the kid is just kind of sticking his head out, just staring at you. Just sticking his head out from the side of the wall.
Ah, hello.
He's just staring at you, and eventually, after 6 seconds, just puts his hand out and waves a little bit before ducking away.
Lork offers a bit of a wave back. Looks as though he might smile a little bit if he were physically capable.
Kelia takes a sit between Rifter and Shunhoff, and she looks at Shunhoff and says, "Are you a soldier?"
No.
Then why do you have an eye
one?
patch? Are you a sailor?
You can see my eye, correct?
Yeah, but you have an eye patch.
But it's not patching anything up if you can see my eye.
Yeah, but only sailors and soldiers have eye patches.
Rifter plays into this and just copies her voice and just says, "Eye patch."
It is true. She does have a
So
point.
is Rifter Rifter?
Uh,
That is a fair point to make.
So I rub my eyes and I go into Morshu beatboxing mode, explaining how I got the eye patch in a crypt in an event where I almost died twice.
She squirms as you talk about the spiders, as she quote unquote really doesn't like spiders.
True.
Come on, Trunoff, you're putting our guests off their appetites.
I shrug and say, she wanted to know where I got the eye patch.
Yeah, Lorik sets the stuff down for everyone to partake in and takes a seat.
Most everyone is there. Amari looks around for a moment, puts Ark on Lorik's knee for a moment, and moves over, looking and grabbing Jillian, who is currently rummaging around the bed.
Oh.
Before bringing him back, quietly scolding him and setting him in the chair. She apologizes specifically to Darius for, not having them properly disciplined.
Not at all, not at all. I understand. I understand having children. It's never easy, but you do the best you can.
Oh, do you have kids?
It's a long story, but perhaps one for another day.
All right.
How have you been? Have you been enjoying your time in El Hectorum?
Yeah, it's definitely what we wanted. It's a lot quieter and just it's nice being away from it.
If I might, where'd you move from?
Oh, we were a little bit far up to the north. You probably haven't heard of it. We were in an island called Obsestor originally.
Interesting.
It's rather cold there, and it's nice to not have to deal with that every day anymore.
I definitely understand. Enjoying not dealing with the cold.
What about yourself?
I'm from just a bit further west, but in the recent years, I've been moving around Korheim, and ended up settling here.
Never managed to head down there.
It is very populous. It's not for everyone, but it's enjoyable.
Couldn't imagine being a city. They're enough to worry about.
I definitely understand. Sometimes the city can overwhelm even me.
At this point, Rifter, you start to feel a little bit of bonks on your shoe.
I look down, and I see what I see.
The child is kind of bonking your feet as she swings her legs in the chair.
Aw.
When you say bonk, do you mean like she's just knocking on my feet?
Yeah,
Oh.
just like she's swinging her legs and the tip of her toes are gently impacting the side of your leg.
Does it affect me in any way whatsoever?
It is slightly annoying.
Okay. In that case, I don't do anything. I'm just like, all right, I guess this is just the timeline we live in.
Alright, 1 hour later, Rifter attempts to stand up and his bones are fucking broken.
Wait, what? Okay. You said slightly annoying. That's a bit more than slightly annoying.
Please tell me one of us is alive.
Listen, it's the frog being boiled situation.
Okay. All right.
Listen, you had the audacity to attempt to ERP with me. I'm gonna fucking break your bones, mate.
So yeah, I in that case, I just point downward and I look at the mother and I'm just pointing downward more because my hollow bones they cannot survive this
No,
harsh.
it's literally just annoying.
Okay, yeah, I figured as much. But yeah, I just deal with it.
Wait, don't repair twice yet.
After a little bit more eating, she kind of turns her attention to Lork and says,
Yeah, we're
Lork, you were Delmarev, right?
so many.
I'm responsible for the checkpoint at the edge of town.
Ah. Okay.
He's big Mr. Important Pants.
She kind of he kind of helps Ark eat a little bit of her food.
I met the others as a result of my business here, both with the ongoing expedition here and with managing the checkpoint.
Well, that's good, I think.
Aye, these people are dear friends of mine.
Most of them.
Did you make the bread?
Aye, I've made almost all of this. Some help from the others.
It's very good, thank you.
Thank you, it's traditional recipes from my hometown.
I hope that some of the pastries can live up to it.
I have no doubt they will, and thank you for bringing them.
Akla, as you're eating a little bit, you hear as to your left, there's a little bit of a sliding of dishes.
Okay, what about it?
Gillian is kind of sliding over some of his dishes and has moved to the next chair over.
Buddy.
He was like in the middle of a bite and just stops, continuing to look at his plate for like 4 or 5 seconds and then continues eating.
Right then.
Darius, although good at acting, is still struggling to hold back a laugh.
Just vibing.
He's just vibing, Darius.
As Darius watches, like after like 15 seconds, he kind of looks up and like peeks at her for a moment before like quickly turning his head back to eating his food.
Lork actually chuckles a little bit at this.
Rifter just mutters under
Hello,
his breath. She's got a fan, that one.
Go ahead, Akla.
Oh, I was just just a little guy.
Aw. So she didn't say anything?
I don't think so. He's fine. He's just vibing.
Hell yeah.
No need to bother him.
True.
He can sit next to me if he wants to sit next to me.
Emma
Darius
compliments Rifter on the tea.
I nod, and I steal a line, and I say, "It's a traditional recipe from my hometown."
She chuckles a little.
Lork shakes his head at that.
It's true.
Love him or hate him, he is spitting straight facts.
So Kelia, after eating a couple more bites, turns to Strunhoff again and says, "What about the sword guy and the green one? Where are they?"
They,
What did they do after? What did they do after the cave?
they're a bit busy right now with some personal matters.
Oh,
Hey,
They'll
Lord.
be back soon, I'm sure.
Yes?
Incorrect.
Oh, fuck.
no.
Oh, okay. He just goes back to eating.
Does he mean Zell?
I mean, I have his sword under. He's sort of like pointing back at his bed.
Try to space bar.
Does anybody else want anything to happen? Because I think you guys get the vibe of the situation.
Very
Little bit
awkward
Little
conversation.
bit funny, a little bit wholesome. Makes it a thing.
Yes.
Has the slime interacted with the children?
Gently. Ark tried to like pat at him a little bit, and he was okay with it. So Ark just kind of like bobbed on it like a drum a little bit.
Aw.
Okay.
You.
I was gonna say, if nothing
900,
happened,
are
it's
you
very out of
stuck?
character.
The other two are too focused on their persons of interest.
So, the only thing I will say is that Rifter is going to try to ask Emma about like her backstory, the deep lore, as well as everyone else at the table that he's not completely familiar with.
Cute. Well, anyone else?
After a bit, Lork is going to bring stuff in from the kitchen once more.
I gotcha.
General small talk, one might think.
Just a second. There we go. Let me pull it up.
Sorry for the anchor. Don't anchor until I say so. Though.
There we go.
Anchor.
She explains that she was actually born up like in Elven territory in Shiranthamar, but her parents quickly moved out for reasons that they never really told her about. They said that it was just difficulties and didn't really like elaborating about it. Eventually just learned to let that be the answer. She ended up making her way down to, like, generally towards Tarnospam, until eventually she, like, kind of started practicing trying to become a better bladesman. And eventually got picked up by a mercenary company and walked around until she worked her way up the ranks in Soju Pam.
And then, what was the land she was born in?
She was born in the Elven lands near Shiranthamar.
Near Shiranthamar. Okay.
I wonder if we ever passed each other by chance in Tarnos.
Always possible.
Hi.
Only
And then Rifter asks, so did you ever figure out, why exactly you moved?
Not at all. They, we went our separate ways before it ever happened.
Oh, so how long's it been since you've seen them then?
Saw them once about 6 years ago, and before that about 8.
Damn! Alright, well, I hope you see him again soon.
She shrugs a little. We were never that close.
Well, to each his own.
If nothing else, at least Dad taught me how to be strong.
I'm sure you were able to pick that up all on your own, though.
That's a lot of dollars.
She smiles a little bit with a little bit of melancholy in her eyes. She looks down a bit. Yeah. And continues eating.
F. From there, Rifter's like, I sense I have erred. I don't know what to do. Not erred, but brought up a sad dialogue tree.
So it's like the whole when you say a line that doesn't represent the thing, it's like dialogue option. Show curiosity. So why the fuck do you have a problem with your father anyway?
Yeah, exactly.
And you're like, Jesus, that's not the dialogue I wanted.
Yeah. I just want to know about your backstory.
There's a reason why Lork's mostly staying out of this conversation.
Hmm.
He doesn't want to accidentally make things worse for anyone, including himself.
So yeah, in that case, he switches the I guess broader conversation to so how about them chillins, am I right? XD?
Yeah,
Darius-
as you
Darius-
say that, you see as Gillian quickly kind of shifts in his seat a little bit.
And yeah, so what have you lot been doing for the holiday?
Seeing as none of the others speak up, Kelia bravely declares how they got to enjoy that new bathhouse. It was a very fun splishing and splashing, as she says with like a little bit of a noble demeanor as she like elevates it to being a little bit of a far more goofy situation than it was.
I see.
And got to think about all the good times we had with Dad a couple days ago.
He nods and he's like, "Oh, good of you," and he looks at the children like they are in fact children, which means that he doesn't know how to interact with them. So
And she
he's just
said,
like,
"Oh, well, otherwise it's been really fucking boring." And then Amara is just like, "No!" and just drops Ark off on Lorik and just runs over and just grabs her and pulls her to the side.
Do I hear like cries of like, "No, mom, no, please, I didn't mean it."
Lork is actively trying to stifle laughter.
Darius is a little shooketh.
It's certainly a bit of a wheeze moment. The
I see
only
it.
part that you pick up is like, what? They say it all the time. Like he said it.
I see, that's something I would have expected from Dyer.
Indeed.
Miss him.
Speaking of, actually, you should watch your language. And what form is Rifter in right now?
Rifter form.
Rifter. Just,
Uh,
well, they're here.
I have complete control over myself.
She returns in a little bit of a sullen mood and just eats, like, just kind of eats her food a little bit slowly. Kelia does.
Lork returns small child.
Thank you, Lord.
Darius sort of picks the conversation back up a little bit further back. We actually enjoyed the bathhouse as well. It was quite fun. And I will have you know that we did too, splish and splash.
We did a little splish and splash and true.
Ark kind of waves her hands around a little bit and just kind of flip-flops a little bit like a penguin. Not that like you guys would know what a penguin is, but as players, you know the action
Yeah.
to describe.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And she just goes sploosh.
It was a bit strange bathing in a temple, but all in all, a nice experience.
Oddly refreshing.
First time.
Well, yes, I don't generally go into temples.
Yeah,
Ah.
Lorik doesn't generally take baths.
Ah, yeah, true. I was wondering what that smell was.
Have you checked yourself recently?
And Rifter just checks himself. He like sniffs all over his body. He's like, "Oh, I'll be damned."
And you brought someone here, like that.
And
She kind of pushes. Sorry. She is far too vague in this context. Emma kind of pushes you a little bit, and it's like, come on, it's only been like 3 days, right? You did bathe, didn't you, on the day? Like,
Oh, I
the
did.
day.
I did, but the existential stress, the horrors of just having to beat you in card games, it's just so much of me.
She almost puppy dog lips a little bit as she tilts her head. Oh, you poor thing.
Darius pipes in, well, she did win when it was all of us in a more important situation.
Hey, I'll have you know that the 1v1 is all that matters.
Remember that time I beat Evan and captured the flag?
Remember that time of EJC in dodgeball?
You may think you are good for winning a 1v1, but you did not win the 1v9.
True.
I would say that
Hey,
communal card games and like are better decided in larger groups.
hey, that situation wasn't a 1v9. It was more like a 1v1v1v1v1v. I'll have you know.
At this point, Gillian tugs a little bit on Akla's robe.
Yes.
Let's raise
Are you a priestess?
No, I'm a scholar and doctor.
Why do you have the mask?
I'm not wearing it right now. but
Doesn't she have like a veil on right now, or does she not?
It's the headscarf.
Yeah.
You said mask, dude.
Yeah, I know what I said. That's what he said. I thought it does it not
It's a
drape
kid.
over like her eye at all? Like does it not drape over her eyes? Or am I misunderstanding the situation?
It's just a normal headscarf like you would see most Muslim women that wear headscarves wearing.
Yeah. And doesn't that cover like the upper
It
face?
does not cover the face.
Okay.
It ends at the hairline where it is pinned with very large pins that are probably weapon material in an emergency.
Then I
Comically
will
oversized pins.
rewrite that sentence to be hood in its place.
Because I did most of my education in Temple of Lathander, and you know, I like wearing it. It gives me a sense of security, I guess.
No, yeah, the thing, dude, he's cool. And he goes back to eating his food. He's alright.
Mhm. He is.
Oh, you met him too?
Uh,
Yeah,
What?
you know, I hung out with him once.
Really? How did that go?
Yeah, he was alright. At this point, Amara is just kind of looking at him with a little bit of a strained, just a little bit of a smile.
What did you guys talk about?
We talked about how cool my father is, because he worked with my father, so yeah.
Can I insight check that?
Do you have to?
I don't, but I want to make sure. I
Sure. Go for it, laddie. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna say it's obvious to all of you on the. Yeah, okay. It's
Okay.
pretty obvious to everybody. He's just a little kid pulling the "my dad works at Microsoft" bit.
Well, I, for one, think that's incredible. We have one of us. They're not here right now, but they actually actively commune with many gods, and I believe you'd have a wonderful conversation with them about your time with Lathander.
His eye, as he looks at you, he kind of has a bit of a like blank stare as he's like, no, it's fine, it's fine.
Well, maybe once you got past pleasantries, but after that, she is surprisingly affable.
Well, when she doesn't have multiple gods screaming in her ears. So you might not
Aye.
want to catch her on a bad day or, lie to her.
Or, when she's screaming in the ears of multiple gods.
True.
He looks back at Echo again and says, what do I have to do to be a scholar?
Well, what I did was, I studied in a monastery for a while with a bunch of nuns because they know a lot of stuff. Then afterwards, I went to college. Cosfin, if you guys have heard of the town.
No.
Okay.
What's it like?
The monastery or the college?
Both.
Well, the nuns at the monastery are, they're nice and kind and, all that good nun stuff, but they're also very strict, They will make sure you wake up on time and do all your chores. They are real like that. But I was able to learn a lot. Churches and temples have very large repositories, or I guess they have very large amounts of knowledge. But at a certain point, I, didn't have much left to learn there, so I went to Cosfin, and my mentor took me in, and I learned a lot there. There are a lot of different stone buildings. Sometimes some people say it looks like a castle, and it might have been at one point, like 400 years ago. I'm not sure.
You got to be in a castle?
Something that looks like it, yes.
Wow.
And there are a lot of people also studying there, and they write a lot of stuff that they note down so we can learn too.
That sounds cool. I want to do that someday. And he goes back to focusing on eating after, like, kind of just staring at your, like, face while you talk for a while.
Honestly, doesn't sound too dissimilar from Gerard Montevere. Similar age.
Wonder how my life might have turned out had I had an opportunity to just study.
Well, I imagine all of us would have turned out a bit differently. Barring Struenhof and Aquila.
Yeah.
It wasn't really my thing.
Sell it.
As
Suppose-
dinner is wrapping up and Amara kind of goes back to Darius and starts getting out some of the pastries to start spreading them out.
Yeah, he walks with him to the kitchen to collect some of them and dole them out.
As Amara is in the kitchen, Kellia kind of leans over to Rifter and says, "Are you, like, actually a bird?"
No, I'm more of a bird man.
Damn. And just kind of moves back. To
Rifter just, very annoyed, just says, My dear, I would believe that would be very, how in my country would say, rude. I would advise you not to make the same mistake around others of my kind. They may not take so kindly.
Whatever, bird man.
Whoa.
I look at the mother and I just point
She's,
there.
As she says that, she's still they're in the kitchen about to come back.
In that case, if the mother isn't there, I just look dead in their eyes and I say, "You will treat me with the proper respect, child."
Darius comes out of the kitchen ahead, hand on his shoulder. Calm down, Featherbrains. It's
Hold
just a
on,
kid."
Darius, can you give me a perception?
Okay. Come on.
Come on, Darius. Look, damn.
Yeah!
Alright,
Can
yeah,
I-
you can do what you fucking want.
Hand on the shoulder. Calm down, Featherbrains. It's just a child.
Listen, teachings like this, habits like this, breed insolence.
Amara just says, What, Darius? Huh?
It's no problem, just. And he looks over. Try to treat others with more kindness. Others will treat you with it as well. I find that the more good you put into the world, the more good that comes out of it for you.
Hi.
Anyway, she begins going around and starts handing people their pastries.
Besides, behaving well might get you an extra pastry. as he walks around handing them out on the other side.
That is always a possibility.
Rick is just like grumpy, like nobody gives me a good pastry when I behave. You know,
Art
it's just-
kind of takes a step up from the chair that she's was standing in and kind of stands under the table a little bit and kind of puts her arms in like a strongman muscles thing and is like, I'm a good girl. I get 2 pastries.
Oh, you see, Rifter.
Two.
Well, you see, Rifter, you would get extra pastries if you ever actually behaved.
Hey, Lorik, would you mind giving me a just a roll d20 real quick?
Oh no!
Alright, so as she says, I get 2 pastries, Amari goes to grab her off the table, and instead she grabs Lorik's pastry and jumps off the table and begins walking away.
It's just not. It's also about.
Lorik shrugs.
Darius just slides
Just
the one he
take
had in front of him
her-
over to Lorik.
Yeah.
And
Just take her
Amari
pastry.
Thank you.
begins chasing her.
Lorik offers to split it.
It's just an interaction between Darius and Lorik.
Oh,
Darius
right,
shrugs and
sorry.
takes like a quarter of it.
I was about to be like, please don't split the child.
Yeah, I'm not about to
Darius
be
summons
King
the
Solomon here.
lance and activates
Yes, I was about-
transformation. His eyes bleed with a purple miasma.
you just hear underneath Rifter's breath, "Murder of crows." That's
This child has stolen my sweet roll. Only God can judge their crimes.
I'm gonna need 2 temperances for this punishment.
What? Someone stole your sweet roll?
Yeah.
Darius loads Eldritch Smite slots with extreme prejudice.
Amari is kind of carrying her as she just not quite drags, but since they're completely in the air, but doesn't really have control of Ark. And Ark takes the one of the 2 rolls that she had grabbed, specifically the one that was Lorik's, and tosses it at Stork. As it
Okay.
poop drops into Stork and begins sinking in.
This is the redemption arc.
He's a good boy. He deserves one.
Hi.
So essentially,
I'm sorry, I don't know what's gotten into them. I guess they just decided to
one is fine.
have more people to be with.
It's always nice to have more energy.
Hi, it's something of a special day. New place, new people.
By the way, how old are all these kids? Because I need to know what degree of tolerance I need to have.
Gillian is about 8.
Oh, okay.
Helia's about 11. And Ark is about 4.
Oh, okay, okay. So Ark gets a pass.
I don't know if the random person before. It's just.
The rest of them are old enough to know better than to steal my pastry, though.
Darius gets up from his chair and is acting like he's just moving into the kitchen, and then turns and takes his. But I'm not. Okay, and he goes on the other side and puts it back onto the plate.
Darius, would you mind rolling me a perception real quick?
Another one.
and another one. Ooh, a
Darius
6.
luck.
Alright, as you walk back around to place it on the table on the other side, you notice that it is no longer in your hand.
I guess I ate it. He sort of like looks around. Ripta, did you take it back?
And he just shakes his head and he says, "No, it was just a joke."
Darius's eyes widen and then narrow, and then he literally walks backwards and turns towards the child.
He just puts both her hands up.
He just looks on the ground. Did I drop it?
It is not on the ground.
Okay, all right. Rifter is no longer going to be satisfied if he can't figure it out. I investigate.
Is everyone here?
God damn it!
Big ol'.
This kid is fucking masterful.
Joke's on you. You think it's the kid.
I, the player, do, yes. But
Yeah,
yeah,
Darius looking at both his hands, like Dentar.
yeah. Rifter was too absorbed in his tea to care. So now he's like, wait, what? If the sweet girl was here, it could have only been Sloric.
Storic looks up at you with his big golden beady eyes from under the table as you're like looking underneath it.
Rifter doesn't care if he did take it. He deserved it.
It's the
Aw.
case of the missing sweet roll.
Alright, alright.
JC rolls a d6.
Yes, I do.
Sorry about that. I'm back. I started dehydrating because it is very warm today.
It is warm, my dudes.
Darius is just going to continue sort of like confused looking around.
Okay, so what did I miss while I was gone?
A sweet roll has vanished. Like out of Darius's hands. Just gone.
Lorik notices as there is suddenly a new pastry in his hands and he looks bewildered at it.
Did you just steal?
Don't
You
look at me.
broke your oath.
I know no
I've
such
never been
magics.
more proud. He finally did it. He finally did something in his own interest.
Look, I have no idea how this got here. I know no such magics. And Lorik sets the pastry down onto the plate. Onto Darius' plate, that is.
Darius makes his way over, picks it back up, and with it in his hand, staring at it, walks back over and slowly places it back onto Rifter's plate.
It goes on to Rifter's plate successfully.
I was worried I might have accidentally pulled it into the pocket dimension that I keep my lance. That would have been a horrible mess.
Oh, so you can use pastries as weapons now, too. Hmm?
Listen, I don't know.
Rifter just mumbles, "Bet dog could do it."
Well, easily. I think I've seen him do it once with a particularly stale roll.
Does it count as poison if it's expired?
That's an interesting question. I think either way I wouldn't suffer any ill effects.
Yeah.
I would err on the side of poison. These are quite good. I would have more, but
Aye.
my stomach can't quite handle large quantities of this sort of food.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is there? I didn't know. I should have asked.
It's fine. It's fine.
You sure?
Of course. Everyone else is enjoying it. And besides, I can have a little bit of it and still quite enjoy it.
Aye, it is very good.
Sorry. Are we overstaying?
No,
No,
it is
of course not.
not at all.
Thank you. You're a lot nicer than some of the other neighbors we've had. Thank you.
Figure there's no reason to be rude.
Aye.
Oh, perfect question. Rifter, go get your drawing. We need to have a talk about this. Is this animal real, or are they making it up entirely?
Oh! And Rifter goes ahead and he gets the giraffe drawing.
Not that Korshoji thing.
Watch your language.
What thing?
We have children around here.
I
He sort of
understand that.
elbows Lorik as he says that.
That's why I didn't use common.
You don't know what languages they speak.
Ooh, at that point, Helia, you can see as the gears are kind of turning away from him, and she's like, goes, Karsoji, Karsoji. And she kind of goes through it a couple times.
Alright, that one was my fault.
And Inuan T-Tongue kind of smugly says, I am not intelligent.
Darius, you're telling me to watch my language?
You have no clue what I said, Lork.
Isn't it a draconic variant?
Yeah, it's
It
just a
is.
draconic dialogue.
He's saying he's totally messing with him. He knows that he can understand part of it at the very
Okay.
least.
Does anybody else know draconic in this group?
I know Elvin.
I could have sworn there was at least one of us, but not my.
Yeah,
not
I know
me.
Dyer
did. Does Sternhoff know draconic?
No. Yes.
Yeah, I was about to say, isn't that Dragon Claw, man?
The real question is, what dialect does he know? Does he know Yuan Ti? Does he know Vyamneri?
It sounds like some weeb shit.
Yeah,
Does he know actual Dragon Draconic?
probably.
Probably, yeah.
Oh god, we've got 3 dialects of the same language.
It's spitting out of hand. Now there's 3 of them.
Dari is just out here being like, y'all. Shunhoff being like, all of you present. And Lorik be like, you all.
True.
Of all that here are present.
Would anybody else like to have any further festivities over the remainder of the night?
Other than almost killing an 11-year-old now.
Having fun conversation.
What
Some
degree
snippety back
of
and forth.
almost is almost?
When I say almost, I mean I'm resisting.
I see.
Does
Because
she...
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, does she pick up on Darius's "I am very stupid" and try to use that as a...
She does not.
Oh. Damn. We were this
There's
close to
a-
greatness.
There's a little bit of an interesting moment with the giraffe, where when it gets shown to Ark, she's like, "Of course, all animals are real."
Hey, Jim, you have to go on what?
If it wasn't real, we wouldn't know it.
Damn, she brings up a good point. Not sure if I necessarily agree with that point, but still, good point.
Alright, 7:56 now.
At this point, it's late enough in the day that it would be socially acceptable for them to depart.
Mm-hmm.
Seth, did you tour the new press space?
Hyenas.
Well, I am very glad to have had you all along, and thank you for bringing these wonderful pastries.
Of course. She carries Ark. Ark kind of gives a like happy wave that just lasts really long as she's like looking over Amari's shoulder as the other two follow suit.
Lorik returns the wave.
Enjoy the rest of your Queraks.
She's smiling as
Hi.
she walks off. Gillian just goes, "Thank you, everyone."
Thank you guys for coming.
And he
Gremlins,
very
make sure you behave.
that part is very intentional. He's like, "Thank you, everyone."
Yes.
Yeah, okay. And Kelly, while everyone else is looking at Gillian, kind of pulls down her eye at Rifter and turns around quickly, just starts talking to Amari.
He's just kind of like, what was that about?
You've made yourself a nemesis.
That child will have to know better. In my country, such behavior would get a flogging.
I thought that that's the entire reason why you hate your country and such.
Have a good evening and have a good rest of the Querak.
Hi.
And
Thank you again for having us over, Darius.
Of course. You're welcome at any time if you would like to have dinner.
And she kind of looks down and blushes a little bit. Thank you. Have a good one.
You as well.
Come on. And she kind of has to push Kelly away as they make their way back home.
Grace is hitting towers.
Shame the child isn't a noble. Rifter.
agreed. And he also makes an addendum. No, actually, I admire the fact that if you are racist in my home, you will receive swift and just punishment. These are good things.
Perhaps. I have bad experiences with martial punishment. So,
Yeah, I mean, like, what happened to learning from the mistakes of our elders?
All I
Continuing the cycle of abuse and shit.
Oh, you gotta skip.
And Rifter kind of like, he's kind of 50-50.
Arabella
He's like-
walks up to the table and is just like, "Are they gone yet?"
Yes, Arabella,
Yes.
they're gone.
Oh, whew, finally. And she just sits back and starts eating.
So the 5 left.
By the way, Darius, I am sorry. I didn't expect them to question you to that extent.
it's fine. It's been easier to speak, and when avoiding it, it's... I have come to realize it's something I do have to face, and I can't just keep putting away, but I do appreciate your concern.
I'm glad to hear it. And thank you.
But get your children.
For what?
Lorik searches for an answer and
They have side cams themselves on this map.
keeps searching and ultimately doesn't really have an immediate one.
Very sort of shrugs. It was pleasant company.
Hi.
One of
Sorry.
one of our party members now has a new fan, and one of our party members now has a new enemy.
I will beat the racism out of him.
I'm putting
And
zero
Stork
back.
kind of starts to slide underneath the table towards the other side.
I'm about to down.
Oop, coming up next to Akela and looking at Akela's plate, as she is one of the only people who has stuff on her plate as she eats orderly. And he is looking at the plate. Now on top of that chair. And then looking at...
No, I would have eaten
Akela.
it by now.
You would have... I mean, like... No, not that you're, like, not eating it, but that you actually, like, you know... eat like a civilized human being. Right.
I'll have you know Darius has good manners, he just has a large jaw.
Yeah.
He consume.
He was just born this way, okay?
He's still looking at the bits of scraps of like bone and bits in the on the plate.
And I'm sorry if your experiences were harrowing, Rifter, Aquila.
It's alright.
That
Whatever.
poor lad's gonna have his heart broken when he realizes the devastating truth about Aquila.
Yeah.
Lorik chuckles a bit.
Yeah, Emma just kind of looks aside. What's that?
Like
Are
when-
you okay? Aquila?
Yeah.
And Rifter just says, "Aye, it's such he's far too old for him."
Oh. Okay, you had me worried, Aquila. I thought. Okay.
What do you mean worried?
I thought you were sick or something.
Oh, she
Nah,
very
I like
much is.
famine.
Pardon?
No, she's
You date ladies.
Darius is
Oh.
smiling very widely, like, here we go.
Oh. Okay.
and Rifter just like immediately interjects, puts his hand on Akko's back. He says, "No, she does have a disease. It's called buzzkill. It's terminal." and he he's just like gives her a shit-eating grin.
Hey, that's
Yeah, that
probably only
buzzkill
like
is,
15 feet. No, not even.
Oh well, I meant like he walks up to her.
Yeah.
Oh. No, but Rifter's arm has to extend. That's the
Yeah.
law of the land.
Bird
Terminal-
extendo.
Terminal montage. Slork kind of like takes his ear and he kind of folds it onto the table a little bit, just kind of patting at the table as it sticks up a little bit over the edge of it in Akla's plate's direction.
Look, I'll give you some food, Slork, okay?
Poor
He's just
thing must be
staring at
famished.
you.
Come on, Slork. I still have some leftovers in the kitchen.
Pardon, Akala?
Asked him what he wants specifically.
He's just looking at you. And then he like pats at the table again. And then looks at you. Like he very distinctly like goes between two phases where he's looking at you, then he looks at the table and just flaps it a couple times with his ear and then looks back at you.
I toss him a strip of meat.
It sinks into him and he very quickly moves it back to the other side as he just sinks underneath and then back over.
Darius puts one finger up, sort of like makes a little bit of a sour face, and then like his chest comes up, and he reaches into his mouth and pulls out a slightly larger than you would expect bone, and tosses it into Lorik.
Into Lorik, oh god.
Wait,
Lord.
no!
Lorik.
Rifter just looks at him.
channels his inner baseball and just throws the sharpened bone at 70 miles an hour straight through Lorik's chest piece. He's a
Is he
heartbreaker
okay?
in more ways than one.
Rifter just stares in silence, like in complete shock and awe, and he just says, but why?"
Yeah, Slorik absorbs the bone with glee.
So, Lorik was still in the kitchen when all this happened, and he comes back out and delivers leftover food prep scraps to Slork.
You see, as each bit is added, he grows a little bit bigger, and he's currently a fair bit bigger to maintain for the volume of newly added food. He is a big boy.
He chunky.
Not big boy.
He is now sitting underneath the chair, eyes closed.
What, Rifter? I do have some trouble digesting bones.
But like, why give him that one? I don't really make two heads and tails of it.
More food for him.
You would have just gone outside otherwise.
Ackley, you're getting quiet again.
Am I?
Fine, sure. Yeah, fine.
Oh, today was all in all a successful day. Nobody got murdered. Nobody was too traumatized.
I can change that.
Please
I
don't.
can change that.
Again, please don't.
I can change that.
I, as a player, am saying please don't.
Emma is looking at Rifter when she says that.
Oh, I thought that was you as a DM saying that.
Well,
Rifter just puts his hands on her shoulder and he just says, I think that's a good thing.
Orc makes his way to turn in.
She looks at Darius. Am I welcome to spend the night, or do I?
Yes.
And then she looks at the ground for a moment. And she says, and then looks at Schoonhoff. Do I need to pay you to send me back?
No, Rifter will do that if you so wish to go back.
And Rifter nods and he says, indeed.
Well, I still have tomorrow off, but then I need to get back.
Rifter nods.
So.
Gwenster, yes, you're welcome to stay. Just try to keep it a little bit down.
Thank you for your hospitality, Darius.
I am the bed next.
Don't worry, I can
Rifter
shut
has no idea what you're referring to.
She
None
says,
whatsoever.
She says that she can shut Rifter up if she needs to.
Whoa!
Yikes.
I love the kind of woman that will actually just kill me.
Yes.
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 Well, Lorik ends up gathering stuff up, cleaning a bit, and once he's done, he turns in for the night. Thoroughly exhausted from having to host.
She ends up going and sleeps in Hate's bed.
Wait.
Sleeps.
Yes, sleeps. You know, nighttime activities that normal human people do.
Wait a minute. This game's rigged.
Rifter friend zoned.
I know.
Not even.
Darius walking over to the other side of the house with Rifter, pointing at him.
He's like, oh, shut up.
Horny.
Well, welcome to Horny Jail.
And he's
I
like,
need to go IRL.
Rifter just gets on his feet and he says, not this prison! Not once again!
Arabella rolls over from the top bunk and just looks down at you where she has like a little like Saint Manual in her hand. I know it's not true, but virgin. And then just rolls back over.
Darius puts his hand over his heart. We can fix that, Rifter.
And he's like, well, first of all, I'll have you know. And he dusts himself off and he looks very proud. That I am a
Not
connoisseur.
listening.
Rifter's just salty now. He's just like, you're a bunch of fucking miscreants, you fucking know. I'll have my revenge.
I need to put some water over there. It's quite salty.
Does anyone have anything for the remainder of the evening?
I continue to research how to infuse crossbows, although there is a corrosive thing on that I could apply to the crossbow itself that makes all the things fired from it do acid damage.
Superb.
I would still like to research how to do individual bolts. So I just research on that. Should stop by the
Arcana.
Mages Guild. Oh boy.
For victory! Hell yeah. Based.
Not Victor E.
You managed to develop a good bit of the way towards a working prototype for corrosive bolts. You think you could
Okay.
start working on it, like start trying to just like make them ready for battle right now, but a little bit more progress would probably go a long way.
I think the Mages Guild would help. I don't feel like doing that right now.
The biggest problem is not so much the like magical side of things from what you're finding, like the enchantments and the potion making is absolutely within your alley. It's more so just coming up with the proper design for dispersal upon like reaching its target, like trying to
Right.
find the good balance between like having it shatter easily and not break while fucking walking, or like actually not like falling apart while it's traveling through the air, those sorts of things.
Right.
It's more so engineering than on the Magitech side of things.
Um, I don't know how much longer is in this session. If there's not
You
much
should
longer
probably
than
stay here.
Okay, I'm staying. I was just wondering if I had opportunity to go off on a tangent or not.
You
In
may
which
go
case,
off on
I
a
will
tangent,
not.
yes.
Oh, okay. I was. You remember that one feature from the original homebrew thing, which is where Akala knew exactly where the weak points of the body were and could strike them?
Yes.
I was wondering if I could carry that over or not.
I think so, yeah. Did we not?
Okay. Yeah, no, we didn't.
Alright, yeah, totally.
Okay.
Cool.
Alright.
Hell yeah. The next day arrives. By this time, the mist has mostly abated. It is a nice, wonderful, and slightly breezy day. A breeze that's nowhere near strong enough to become a nuisance, but rather just the perfect little bit of breeze to keep everything cool and effectively nice.
Well, I regret to inform all of you that I unfortunately don't really have a gift to give anyone. I know that's what this day is supposed to be, but
Someone tries to appreciate it. It's a lot.
well, I am sorry.
It's all good. Happens to the best of us.
What are we sorry for?
Well, you know, today is, which icon was today dedicated to again? Gond, I want to say. Aye, Gond. It's supposed to be a day of gift giving.
Perhaps some forewarning would have been nice. I did tell you I have no idea what any of this is about, Lord.
Aye, and I apologize. Sorry, I've been rather focused on other preparations.
Good thing the day is forgiveness. The day of forgiveness is already passed.
I
So I
agree.
can hold this over your head for a full extra year.
Well, good thing that Vignar Kiar is right around the corner. And the third day is also a day of clemency.
I didn't get many people much. I'm kind of, and he Rifter just kind of unfurrows his pockets, and you just see like a moth, basically, like the cartoon, like. And he's just like, so instead I got something that wouldn't exactly require money. And I know it's pretty on brand for me, but I figured you might like it. And it's just a hyper realistic picture of the whole party, like just hanging out together.
Aw.
I am giving everyone the gift of continuing to save their lives from dying.
Ah, what a coincidence! That's the same gift I'm giving.
Is that
Kate
gift
mirrors
refundable?
the sentiment, but since she's not the second person to do it, but rather the third, it becomes far less interesting.
Wait, what?
Hate says that she's also giving the gift of anti-murder.
So, what did you get for your friend, Rifter? Since today is the day of gift giving and all.
And he snaps his fingers and he says, I have just the thing. And he goes ahead and he presents her it just looks like a little paper cutout
Okay.
at first. And then it it just looks like a little paper cutout of like Rifter. And then when he like unfolds it's revealed to be like multiple different folds of like paper stickmen, and one looks suspiciously like a human woman and the other like a kinku, and it looks like they're like locked in arms multiple times.
How cute. She thinks it's very cute and apologizes for not getting you anything, and she didn't realize that you were gonna be there.
And he just says, oh, think nothing of it. Your presence is gifted, Danny.
She gives a smile, and as she takes the cutout from you, she also, like, not by pulling on it, but rather by grabbing on your hand as well, kind of kisses your hand a little bit. Like a noble, like, nobility type thing, which gives you off
Wait,
ever
nobles?
so slightly, but also is still wholesome 100.
Nope. Noble. But no, Rifter thinks it's very generous. And all he can think in his brain is later virgins.
Lorik pins the party portrait above the fireplace, like a proud parent pinning kid's drawing over the fridge, or on the fridge.
He's just happy. Also, he included Dyer in that picture.
Alright, you know what, we have to get it out of the way. Who is included in the portrait? Who all is included?
Everyone currently in the house, as well as Hate and Doppler.
Okay.
And Dyer, as I mentioned, yeah.
Okay. Is that it?
Yeah.
Alright, fuck Zell. I see how it is.
Well, I mean, his sword is there.
Wait, you drew his sword but not him?
Yeah, dude, that's what he looks like right now.
Ooh, I don't like this because you're
Pain.
right.
Wheeze.
I said everyone who's in the house. Zell's sword is in the house.
Did you draw the spider bot too, or something like that?
I drew Slorik.
Aw.
You know, good.
He
All
is
is forgiven.
Yeah, he is a party member after all.
He is the best party member. He is the best of us.
Yeah. Also, it should be noted that basically everyone's in character. Darius is like laughing. Rifter's angry. Hawkray's or Dyer. Whoa. Freudian slip.
Whoa.
Yeah.
You
Oh.
Dyer's just throwing random objects. Lorik has a metaphysical eyebrow raise. Shurnhov's reading a book, and Aquila's healing up somebody's bandages.
Healing the bandages.
Yeah, healing the bandages.
The bandages are wounded. Quick,
healing
save them.
wounds. Yeah, you know what I mean. Fuck off.
He casted mending on the bandages.
Yeah, exactly.
broken.
Exactly.
Basically, at the first time that it would be socially acceptable for someone to be at the door, dun dun dun.
Oh,
We've been getting an awful
I'll
lot of
get
visitors
it.
lately.
knock
Gee,
make me
Willie.
I'll be
nervous.
right behind.
And it is early in the morning, such that I won't say it's suspicious, but it is like abnormal. It's like the sort of thing where you're like, yeah, the party's at 5, and then the person shows up like as soon as the clock hits 5. Right? It's like that sort of situation.
Gary sort of cracks his fingers a few more times than one would expect from fingers to crack, and opens the door.
The suspicious nature of the door makes Rifter hide.
No. Well, it's Kalima.
Oh.
You're welcome.
Hi. Are Akla and Shunhoff here?
Hi there.
We are.
Come on in.
Hi.
Hello.
What is it that you need?
Mostly I just wanted to say thank you. I wasn't really able to, talk about it back then, and also I didn't really know about it. Yeah, some of them ended up telling me more about how you guys found me, because I don't really remember much of it, but you guys, told me and been done with it, but instead you tried, and I'm really thankful for that.
Don't mention it.
I tried with what I could, and I know it's not the best, but I'm trying to learn. And she pulls out 2 items, one which she hands to Akla, and one which she hands to Shunha. And forgive me, Shunha, I didn't know and I didn't want to ask in case it was too impersonal, but I hope it helps. And it's essentially a small metallic waistband. And for Akla, it's a small, almost metal wand.
Can I tell what metal it's made out of?
Would you like to give me an Arcana check?
Yeah.
Same.
Both of you may.
Oh,
Ooh, Akla
Never
knows.
lucky.
You know that it's the same sort of transforming metal that she is made out of.
oh, cool.
Oh.
How'd that happen?
She explains that she's been practicing learning a little bit of stuff from Thukom, in that, well, apparently I have a bit of a gift for it.
It's awesome. I'm glad you're able to find something, keep your time, artisanry, all good.
Yeah, both of you, I know it only works for, like, I've only gotten it to work for about an hour at a time each, but hopefully it should be good enough for you. You see, and she kind of points at both of them, you see how there's that little button there, it's a little part that's raised up?
Yeah.
If you press it, it'll turn on. Do you mind if I show you guys right now?
Of course, and I
Go ahead.
hand mine to her.
Okay. She kind of unlatches it and moves towards you, Shinhoff. May I?
Sure.
She kind of just buckles it around, like a little bit above the belt, and hits the button. And it kind of, part of it on the sides grows down your legs, down towards your feet, and kind of props you up a little bit. It feels like as you kind of move your legs even just a little bit, it moves with you.
This is very interesting.
Do you mind giving it a run real quick?
Sure. And I just take off.
It's surprisingly easy as you move at, like, essentially the fastest speed that you used to be able to run.
Like when I was not old.
Like, yeah.
Very epic.
Like it's not stressful at all, in fact. So much so that you feel like you could run faster.
How much faster?
Well, you start to run faster, and then you run a little faster than that. And eventually you're at the point where you're able to discern the mechanical aspect of it, such that you can activate it to have a base movement speed of 50 for an hour.
Oh, wow.
Fast boy.
Pretty good.
Rock Bognon.
She's like, I remember that you had a little bit of a trouble when we were walking back, so I hope that helps.
Oh yes, I think this will be quite helpful for me in the future. Thank you.
And Akla,
Yes.
if you hit the button on top, Thickum told me that you were working on your crossbow stuff.
Yeah.
So I figured I'd try my shot at it.
Uh-huh. I press the
Shot.
button.
As you do, it kind of folds out, and the metal bends itself and tightens itself into like a crossbow. And there's 2 individual slots on it, both of which have like a little bit of glyph work on these channels themselves.
Hmm.
And she explains to you that not only is it able to hold 2 different bolts, that it like helps with the guidance. But as long as you're willing to work with it, it has a little bit of chew strike to it.
Oh, wow. It's awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah. As much as I tried, I wasn't able to get the strings off, so you shouldn't have to worry about any misfires, because that would be bad.
Yeah.
I hope it's good enough. Thank you both for saving me and believing in me when others didn't.
It'll
Of
be
course,
awesome.
it's
Thank you.
what any sensible adventurer would do. Take care then.
Care.
She's I won't say dumbfounded by that, but she's a little bit surprised and is like, yeah, thank you, yeah.
And
And
as
just
she's
starts to make her way out. Go ahead, Rifter.
yeah, Rifter does go ahead and he like walks next to her as she's walking out. He says, well, could you do something akin to that with a blade or a dagger? With the metal, I mean.
I suppose I could. It. She's trying to figure out a way to say this, and she's like, it does hurt a little, but I'd rather not if possible, but
Oh, then by all means, do not mind me. You have an excellent day, madam.
sorry. I know that, sorry, that's rude of me. Yes, I could. I'm sorry.
It's not rude, Kalima.
Think of yourself.
I do not wish to cause harm for my own, to people I care about, for my own sake. That would be selfish of me.
She just
Rifter almost
nods
said he
her-
doesn't wish to cause harm, and that would not be true.
It is what we in the kingdoms might call cringe.
She just nods a little bit at Rifter and kind of quickly walks her way out.
By the way, I just want to say it's nice to meet you. I don't think we've been introduced before.
Ah, you're the Lork I heard about. Hi, sorry for disturbing you. And she quickly
No
makes
worries
her
at
way
all.
out, like she's clearly just trying to leave the situation. And she does so. Rather abruptly, and at that point, probably weirdly.
And that, Rifter, is what we in the Savage Kingdoms would call cringe. How dare you ask her?
He just shrugs. He's like, I didn't know. I thought she just knew how to make it. And he looks over at Aquila and Sternhoff, and he's just like, these are very powerful gifts. What are you going to use them for?
Damage.
Whatever I need it for, I guess.
So is she another one of those ones who works with Magitech? I think it was called.
It would seem like it.
You could say that.
It has been implied.
We
Interesting.
mostly dropped communication with her once we freed her from the dungeon. We figured it would be best for her to take her own path instead of us forcing her along our own.
Hi, that makes sense. Well, I'm glad to see that she seems to have found her own place in the world.
Aye. I wonder what other visitors we might receive.
You're wondering
Oh.
what kind of gifts you might get.
Well, as long as we don't receive court summons from the Inquisitors or anything of the sort, I think this might be a good day.
Aye.
Darius has a box appear in his hands. Oh. Yeah, and he opens it and looks into it. Oh, there's something in here for you, Rifter.
He looks at you with like squinty eyes. He can sense some bullshit coming.
He turns it around with his hand and it's just a middle finger.
And Rifter kind of like hunches over beside him. He's like, "Oh, you know, I think I do have one more thing for you." And he kind of fiddles with his hands a bit, and he pulls out another middle finger.
Wow.
Oh, I
Lord just shakes
remember.
his head.
I remember. Somebody had me attached to a new weapon for you, and he dips his hand into the floor and pulls out a middle finger.
Rifter, in an attempt to not be one-upped, he's like, "Oh, I've been hiding this for so long for a special occasion." He like runs up the wall and like does like a kickflip, and then he like sticks the landing, and just gives him another middle finger.
Ladies, you're both cowards. It's okay.
Yo.
Thank you.
Now,
Finally,
I may be a
someone sensible.
coward, but I did kick his enemy's ass before he could, and I point at Rifter.
What do you mean? Philip's dead.
No, in the ring.
Oh,
Thomas.
Listen, it is only a matter of time.
But anyway, thank you, Emma, for finally being someone else sensible around here.
She just kind of shrugs.
Yes, very sensible.
Yes, indeed.
So smart and attractive.
Darius sort of tiptoes over. When's she gonna leave so we can go back to our bullshit?
Just shoots him off like, go away. Let me get my girlfriend over.
And Darius sort of like pulls on him a little bit and sort of like limps his legs a bit. But Rifter, I wanna be with you.
And
You know, I worry about you too sometimes.
He stands up straight and sort of adjusts his jacket. Ah, you should.
Rifter
And
just
that's what scares me.
pulls Darius like by the hip over, and I just go, "Mr. Steal Yo Man." And then he realizes Emma's here, and he quickly goes, "Gee." And then he proceeds to do the same thing, or attempt to do the same thing if she just breaks his fucking arm. And with Emma, and he's just like, Mr. Hat.
Oh, you're approaching me.
I approached Darius, the polearm master. Just one by one, we're like, "Darius, yo, what's up, buddy?" Polearm master, polearm master.
It's like the slap.
Yeah, the slap.
Oh, what a shit.
Yeah.
Yes.
Serious sessions are great and all, but bullshit's good too.
True.
Does anyone else have anything they'd like to do on today, the day of God?
good.
You know what? I didn't even give it a thing. Today was the day of gifts and giving. Wow, what a surprise. People are expected to go to friends' houses and exchange gifts, or at the very least begin commissions to send gifts to friends even if they're far away.
You know what? I actually, Rifter does, in fact, realize, you know what we should do? We should give a gift over to Kipper. After everything he's done for us, I feel like it would be the appropriate thing.
That
Barry
makes sense.
sort of like shifts his hands as if he's weighing a scale. Good idea.
Aye.
I think we should make him dinner.
I mean, I doubt he would taste very good, and I don't see how that's a gift, but
Rifter leaves. Rifter just leaves. He doesn't say anything. He just walks out the door. You never see him again.
finally. Finally.
Rifter has broken. Rifter
That's
has
what it took to break Rifter.
Yes. It wasn't the death threats. It wasn't the constant surveillance by government forces. It was that joke. That's what broke him.
Quick, look, a member of the Volstrom family.
Rifter jumps through the window. Where?
You're paying for that.
No, jumps through, as in.
Doesn't bash through the
He doesn't
window.
break through. He jumps through. There is a difference.
Well, I mean, he's a bird. He would just bash against the window and die.
He just.
Ah.
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 Oh.
Hmm.
Oh.
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 Alright, enough
Lork
of that
just-
bullshit. Can we get back to it?
Lork just drags those two apart physically.
Come on, Darius. You already have a lover. Wait, does that mean Lork's getting jealous? That Rift is
No, he's
getting
just
all
trying to stop the
attention?
singularity.
Rift is getting all of Darius' attention. Do you think you're not good enough for him anymore? Is that it?
No, Lork just wants to stop the singularity from consuming the world.
I'm sure. That's what they all
Wait.
say.
Wait, okay. Rifter's actual new side quest: get laid before Darius. That's the play.
Mission failed.
Mission likely very easy to succeed.
Mission DC
Oh,
5.
you mean like before as in like now. From now forward.
Yes.
Yeah, from now forward.
What? Darius, I'm pretty sure, is way older than Rifter. Yes.
Lol. Imagine not being a virgin. Anyway, would you guys like to attempt to find Kippet? Because as you
Sure.
recall, he said he had the next 2 days off, so he would not be in his store.
Wait, yeah, you're actually right.
Well, maybe he's in the tavern.
It's only a 20-minute walk there, and then a 20-minute walk back if he's not.
You know what? I'll head over to the tavern. If not, okay. First off, I'll make some bread. Yeah, some bread. That'll be nice.
Making
And
our
then-
way downtown.
I head over to the tavern because if nothing else, I can at least give it to the barkeep, who is in fact the real hero of this story.
Indeed.
No, the real hero is Snowdrop.
Oh, true. Actually true.
Is it named Snowdrop? I thought it was named Raindrop.
Oh,
It's either Snowdrop or Raindrop.
it's drop.
No. Yeah, I remember. It's called Raindrop because it's based off of the frickin' like Stauber video.
I see. Well,
Chad,
regardless.
you know which one I'm talking about, right?
No.
But yeah, regardless, I'm gonna head on down there for a biscuit for Kipip and Snow or Raindrop.
The Goldie video. Jack State where he's Goldie.
I don't really watch his content, so.
Goldie. It shall be posted in clear things should it become relevant.
You know, I'm amazed that we actually survived the Queraks.
Hey, don't speak too soon. We still have like 14 hours.
We hide in a hole for the next 14 hours. Mission succeeded.
Minecraft
Mission
style.
failed successfully.
Well, does anyone else have anything today? As Richter and Emma walk out and have funny haha laugh times as Richter steps in mud and then she steps in mud and haha funny before eventually delivering the bread to the bartender as Kip is not to be found.
I am Vermilion, by the way. I did not show up to town as Rifter.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
I'm not
gonna
going
do
to look to
research.
screw you over unless you do something that is like Richter
Okay.
specific, correct?
I just wanted to make sure.
Like if
Okay.
you say anything about your feathers or you like speak specifically in like a Rifter voice, like if you do the whole like I'm changing my voice is on the fly, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Yeah, makes sense.
as much as the people of the world might be looking to screw you over, I'm looking to screw you over in more creative ways.
Wow, gee willikers, thanks.
Like, like having your personal taxi service make it a one-way trip, for example.
You asshole. But yeah. I go ahead and I show up. Who do I find at the tavern?
Not many people, really.
Oh. Well, who do I find?
Literally,
anybody-
just him.
Oh.
Not even her.
Just the barkeep?
Just the barkeep.
Well, I
He's
give
just
him some
sitting
bread.
there, he's just sitting there eating some porridge. Julia ain't there, and there ain't no guests.
Okay.
Almost
I just-
everybody's like just out and about with each other.
Obviously, I pet the dog, and then I give barkeep a piece of bread.
Aw. Raindrop
And-
and or Charlie appreciate it.
I give both because I made multiple.
Well, I mean, it is the same dog.
Oh well. You smell bad.
You smell bad, you bad smeller.
So yeah, I just go around looking for people that have helped us in the past, give them bread, and generally be charming and romantic because I can do that.
Ooh, giving to those in need, very romantic. What a gentleman.
Well, yes.
Lork did it first.
Lord did it first. So yeah, eventually culminating in us eventually heading back super late.
Sounds reasonable. You return, Lork, Schoenhoff. The two of you, I won't say we're getting worried, but like if you would like to, it had been quite a long time.
Glad to see you back. You know, in hindsight, maybe I should have had more self-control about this gift-giving thing. Think I have consistently given gifts at least a bit too early.
I, for one, appreciated it when I got it.
Thank you, and you know, it's probably strange. I just don't like waiting for that kind of thing. You never know when it'll be too late to actually do that sort of thing for someone.
I understand.
I get it.
And Darius sort of like drops his general like smile demeanor and like still can't get over the fact that they have the same name.
You are very quiet for me.
My microphone was up. Whoops.
That'll do it.
Please.
Darius sort of like puts his hand on his face and drops his general like smile demeanor. It's still throws me off that they have the same name.
Aye, that is a strange coincidence. But ultimately just that.
I best not to overthink it. Suppose it's just some sort of reminder.
I find that pretty much anything can be a reminder if you let it be. It's just that some are more obvious than others.
As you say this, he reaches to where his ring used to be and sort of his hand trails off as he realizes it's not there. But regardless, is there anything else that we would do today, Ulrich?
Not as far as I'm aware. I neglected to bring the day's festivities up in advance, and I do apologize for that.
We can always delay it.
Aye. If gifts can be given early, then they can also be given late.
Indeed. So then, does this mean that tomorrow we are heading back into the dungeon?
Presumably, if we can stock up on supplies.
So the break comes to an end. Back to slaving away. And hoping we don't die.
Aye. It's been nice having a few days to ourselves. All of us.
I agree. Well, to the new year. Perhaps new luck in the dungeon.
Aye. Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy
Happy
New Year.
Does the party stay up late at night?
Probably tradition and all that.
Yes. Also, do we actually do like a countdown or anything official like that? I don't know if that's.
I mean, do we
Sure,
have-
Streamhop has a magic clock or some bullshit. We can roll with it.
Okay. In that case, as the new year happens, I kiss Emma,
Aw.
or I lean in for it at least. I don't just spring it on her. I look for consent or any sort of signal that that's okay, because I'm not a creep.
She goes with it. She's not like super duper enthralled about it, but she warms up to it after a second.
Woohoo!
How does Bird?
I give her a peck.
See? Darius actually gets why.
I see.
After it, Darius moves over to Rifter and says, "Perhaps next time you and sort of like waves around at his own face, change to something a little bit easier." And sort of like shrugs a little bit.
And Rifter just calmly says, "If I'm going to be romantic and intimate, I'm going to be me."
I understand, but
Now, see, Lorik already knows where the boundaries are, so he is not going to test that.
touche.
What, not gonna have the gay reptilian New Year's kiss?
Hell no.
R/brain new sentence. It is now the very first day of the year. What would the party like to do?
Well, I first and foremost am gonna go ahead and take, or whenever Schönhoff's ready, go ahead and take Emma back home.
It happens relatively early in the morning, perhaps 2 years. Whoa, 2 hours after sunrise.
No, 2
Question.
years after sunrise.
For any sort of material or components, could I just steal those?
I mean, technically, it just
For
takes
me, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm saying like, I don't know how teleportation circle is like made, so I'm like, is that like something I could take, like, or is that like not something that I could really find? Because it costs 5 gold. I'm like, is that cost coming from just using it, or is that cost coming from materials needed?
Materials needed to create it.
Needed,
Okay.
yeah.
In that case, could I rummage through just like general stores and now Hectorum just to see if I can nab some of those and make the price less expensive?
Why are you always focused about pilfering from the honest people of Hectortown?
Yeah. Rifter, are you a criminal?
Because yeah, I was about to say because Rifter is a criminal. He is a chaotic neutral character. Better on me.
Well,
And I don't think that taking from the livelihoods of poor, honest folk is exactly a neutral action.
Well, no, I was saying I don't think that is, but I was saying that this counteracts all the other good that Rifter does.
Hmm. Yeah, I see.
well, y'all, it is now officially the first of late seed, Cadwin 27.
Well.
So how much time between me taking them back to Soju Pem and us going to the dungeon do I have?
It all depends on how much time you want there to be, right? Or is anybody in a rush, or would you be like, "Shut off, get your ass in here, we're going without you"?
Oh, I would just say, hey, whenever's convenient.
Yeah. I'm not going to rush getting everyone into the dungeon, and we've had a few days off. We'll probably I'm needing to get back into the swing of things.
Darius
Well-
is already in the elevator waiting, but
Be
like tapping where a watch would be.
Does anybody
speaking
have any
of-
big preparations they would like to make?
Not exactly a preparation, but Lorik would like to ask Darius if you can talk to him about something kind of weird that happened a few days ago.
Hmm? What is it?
We are now in the outer town.
Well, it was after the second Querak. You remember that ritual that Tate had us do, right?
Aye.
Well, that night I had a dream of sorts. I'm not sure if it was a dream, a vision, or what. I was still there, and, well, Rogar showed up. He seemed to forgive me for what I did, and I don't know how I feel about that. Is that strange?
No.
And I don't know, it just a bit after that I realized that if that was actually a vision, that meant that he probably is actually dead.
Perhaps. Dreams can be mysterious forces. Maybe it's just you letting yourself know that you're ready to forgive yourself.
I think being forgiven hurt more than seeing him again and realizing that he probably is actually dead. I'm sorry, I didn't want to make this day difficult. I just
No.
thought I should
You're welcome.
confide.
You're welcome to speak with me about this sort of thing.
Thank you, Darius.
And with that, you begin to crest as the bridge to the entrance of the city of Hectorum rises over the horizon.
A new dawn, a new year. We enter back into the dungeon.
I should see if the Colm needs my armor currently. I left it with him to try and enchant it.
Remind me what with?
Just a general, like, AC bonus.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Because I
Speaking of...
remember us doing it, but I also was big dummy idiot man and did not put it on the outstanding debts page, so I do not have a date for it because I fucked up.
It was like the 49th, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
The night of the 49th.
He probably would not know,
Okay.
but he should. But he does have the other one done. He
Well,
has
this is going.
cleaned up and expunged the previous Subtilitas's armor.
Well, this is probably going to be a bit strange to move in.
Isn't it not like plate or whatever? Isn't it like a...
Yeah, it's like a breastplate, but light armor scaling.
Speaking of stuff I think we missed, I think I never got my second ability score increase unless I took a feat. But no. It says specifically just an ability score increase, and I never... Everything else but my intelligence is still at base.
Let's see, you bumped your intelligence by 2. And there's wisdom. And there's constitution.
Didn't you bump your strength at level 8?
Nope.
No, my strength is 13.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
She's right. She only has
Okay,
1
my
ASI right
intelligence
now.
Pretty hoppity, my intelligence is my property.
Come to the 20 on your primary stat gang.
Also, we got XP for this session, right?
And the last
yes,
one.
But it is not done yet.
Which means I'm level 11.
After this session, yeah.
Hey! Yeah.
Nice.
Spell storing item, here we come.
Lorik is going to ask Sokolm if he can, like, borrow a suit of chainmail with the promise of it being returned in good condition.
He says honestly that a bit backlogged right now. You can take yours for a bit if you want.
Ah, thank you.
It's not like you're gonna be in there a month again, are you?
As far as I'm aware, no.
Don't say that quite yet, Lorik, he says, Darius says, like, from the background.
That's why I
Don't
said as far as I'm
necessarily know.
aware.
He gives a fairly deep chuckle and just goes, I hope you're bringing enough rations.
I hope so too.
And if not, may you have luck finding them.
Thank you.
Hey, buddy. My cat is being a lovey-dovey boy.
My cat is eating beans.
Bang.
Beans?
Shit you not, he's over there.
Like,
Sticking
you guys
his
know
paw.
that we are in the actual, like, town page, yes?
Yes.
There you go.
Well,
I'm gonna be researching before we go into the dungeon,
Okay.
so I'm
Same,
more or
I'll be on the
less
mage
prepared.
How long do you guys think it's gonna be then?
A few
probably a
hours.
couple hours.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, you have enough time. Both of you can do it. Please do so. Fantastic. Alright, Shunov, what more would you like to know about it?
About. I'm pretty sure this is the first time I've actually gotten a passing roll on the Sapphire. Right?
I believe so. What would you like to know about it?
Do I have to choose from a few, or just
You can just tell me. Like, it's big enough that I can just tell you.
everything magically significant about it?
Everything, probably not. But the main idea of it is that it's going to... It's like an amplifier of sorts. It itself does not so much produce any form of energy, as much as it takes the energy that's already around it and just focuses it and magnifies it. It's a catalyst of sorts for arcane energies.
Okay.
So and that's why by charging it up, it's able to like amplify its power.
Charging it how?
Like, you're talking about
just-
the sapphire that you put in your staff, yes?
No.
No?
No, I'm talking about the perfect Sapphire.
Oh. Oh, the one from the zoo floor?
Yeah.
Oh. Note time. For I do sometimes take good notes, and I believe that was one of them.
You can just DM the notes to me, or whatever you want to say. If other people have things they want to do.
Zoo floor, zoo themed up. Ah, okay, that one. Excuse me. Alright. It is a gem, like you're finally able to work out why it was erratic and kind of difficult to study, is because it itself is like a gem of evasion, as it like not only makes it kind of difficult to like really figure out about it, but more topically, you finally started to master controlling it to move yourself as you work with it. As a bonus action, you have to make a DC 12 acrobatics check to like move yourself around the location, being able to add 10 feet of movement, ignore opportunity attacks from non-flying creatures, and travel vertically for its duration. So you can just like declare a direction like up at like the corner of a tall wall, for example, and move your movement in that direction straight through the air as it like kind of bolts and pulls you a little bit.
Okay, that's cool, but please just DM it to me, or else I will forget.
Okay. I have sent it.
Thank you.
Akla, what version of bolts would you like to have successfully modeled and created?
I already have acid arrow and firebolt, so what I'm lacking are electricity, ice, force, and arcane, I think are the other types. Do you guys think is useful?
Definitely not electricity.
Ice is probably the one that we don't have.
Yeah. I was thinking ice as well.
You manage to craft a little bit of an arcane imbuement such that it absorbs energy from materials nearby the tip. When it's in the air, even if you hold your hand near to it, it doesn't really do much of anything. But when something makes contact with it, it kind of begins to crystallize the material nearby it, as it is quite cold and very potent, as a 26 will do.
Just send me the stats on that.
I shall do so when the cat is no longer upon me.
Okay.
Which means it will probably be in between sessions.
Hmm.
Does anyone else have anything they would like to do before entering the dungeon?
Yeah. Just for the record, you said that the weight of the perfect sapphire was 15 pounds,
Yes.
and you expect me to carry this around with me at all times?
Do I?
Maybe.
Do I expect anything? Huh?
Maybe you expect someone else who has higher carrying capacity to use it.
Perhaps I don't expect much of anything because, as I've said before, I like to lean into the sandbox, toolbox aspect of things. If I give you enough tools, all that means is that I can throw more and more difficult problems at you.
Or
Lork is going
Honestly,
to heed
you guys
Thorholm's.
are okay with that style of approach, right?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Lork is going to heed Thorholm's warning and buy some extra rations.
You successfully do so.
And he's also going to attempt to suss out the effects of the crest by pinning it to his cloak.
As you pin it to your cloak and it snaps into place, nothing happens.
He breathes a sigh of relief. One of the better outcomes.
And then suddenly, in a flash of light, Lork is on the ceiling before he phases through, ascending to the heavens.
Oh no, how could this happen?
He has been absorbed by the ether itself. Are you ready to play as Racta only from now on?
Sure, I'm ready to murder everyone in the Empire. I mean, what?
No, I understood what you meant. Murder everyone in the party. Easy slip of the tongue.
Yeah, thank you. Really cleared that up.
There you go. Anybody have anything else? Sounds good.
Yeah. I think we're all good, are we?
Yeah,
Seems that way.
seems that way to me.
Who's this cutie?
This handsome fellow.
Huh?
What?
Oh?
Huh?
Lothar, you bastard! You took Gyre from us!
That
What are
was
you
his
talking about?
mistake.
Not his.
Lothar!
It
You
was
see
on that
the
day.
vision of the blue comrade who you miss so dearly before as you approach, and a moment of, we can call it happiness, being able to talk to him again, but also with a bit of concern as to why he would be here. He is no longer present, merely a wish of a friend long gone.
Oof.
You know, we still have some time before we head in. Maybe we should send him a letter or something like that.
I mean, I was going to piss into the box and send it to him, but that works.
Well, I apparently used coyote piss. So I'm not sure if that was a joke or not.
Let's hope.
Aye.
There are some times when I regret being a DM.
This is not one of those times, is it?
I'm still debating that.
You know you love us, Lothair.
Do
Yeah.
I?
Yes.
Yes.
Hmm.
Got him.
Your characters, maybe. You? Depends on the day.
How can you have our characters without us?
Yeah, nah, bro.
That's like
I don't.
80% of why I like you.
Wow!
He says satirically with the biggest slash S you've ever heard.
This just in. Lothair hates us all.
This just in, Lothair doesn't care about you enough to hate you.
This just in. Well, I didn't like you anyway.
This just in, Lothair doesn't care about the gays.
Yeah, true. On Pride.
Yeah,
Month?
you know what? Fuck June anyway. What did June even do for anybody?
Oh, don't you know June isn't Pride Month in Atlanta? Though.
Don't you know?
Don't you know, eh?
Don't you know?
You wouldn't even know if a dragon hit you on the back of your head.
I want to die.
Hopefully they understand that we're supposed to be making our way over here and they aren't dilly-dallying.
Hey, you better get your asses back in the dungeon. Ken?
Well, while we're waiting, perhaps you could recuperate the magic used to send that box.
Hey, Schoonhoff and Rifter and Akula.
Yeah.
Oh, we're doing that now, huh?
Oh, we're actually doing the thing. I see. I thought we were just, preparing to do thing.
Same.
I'm ready. I'm waiting on someone to come get me because I'm doing research.
All right.
If Sternhoff isn't here in 15 minutes, we're legally allowed to leave.
Wait a minute.
He can't talk right now. He's making piss.
No, that's not what I'm doing.
You see, I think it would be cool if putting more than one elemental effect on the enemy did stuff.
I agree.
Whoa, now you're thinking like video game logic.
Yeah. It would be really fucking difficult to have an actual, like, table or shit, so I'm probably just gonna wing it, but yes, I agree, Divinity is a good game.
Oh,
Very good.
sure, whatever.
Man, Golden Chat, I'm really sad. We should do that again. Especially now that I actually have a good computer that can fucking run it properly.
I'm down.
Base. This time I get to play the summoner.
I'm gonna keep
Dude,
doing the.
Summoners are fucking broken, dude.
I'm just really glad that I got my fire resistance high enough to just be like, I bathe in the flame, and the flame heals my broken wounds. Because that was pretty fucking based. So, does the entire party just sit in the elevator just being like, I wonder where that Schoonhoff guy is for like 12 hours?
Nah,
Yeah.
just
No.
send Drifter there. He's got the triple dash.
We're just vibing.
Like I said, send Drifter. He's got triple dash.
Darius writes a small scroll. We have a messenger crow for this, and he puts it into his big.
Lork just shakes his head.
Rifter will attempt to dodge that.
He takes a dodge action.
Yeah, he takes the dodge action.
Darius uses all 3 of his Polar Master attacks to put it into his beak.
Yowza.
I resent this. This is gay. Evasion. I don't know.
Rifter
Yeah,
goes and gets
you are.
Schoonhoff.
You know, we are now at the point in the campaign where we actually have to write the year when we write our journal entries.
Oh wow. Damn. You right. So yeah, I go off and I get Schoenhoff and I'm like, hey bro, time to go. And yeah.
I've got a message for you. Your eyes only.
Let's see here.
The writer said it was something important. Anyway, So long.
Looks like that's it. Got to go.
Yeah, that's right. That's
Like that's it. Got to go.
Begins walking away for 10 seconds. Your money or your life?
You violated the law!
Lightning bolt.
Ah.
So
anyways, Rifter busts into Struenhoff's study.
Yep.
Somebody. I'm just kidding. Rifter doesn't have the strength for that.
True. Steel just says to you as you walk by Struenhoff, stay safe.
Yeah.
will do.
It's about to happen again, boys.
Let's go.
It's been like 2 fucking months.
It's on like Donkey Kong.
Oh,
Wow.
it's been so long I've almost forgotten how to do this. Luckily, I haven't forgotten. Everyone have their bead?
Aye.
Well,
I hate this part.
a new
He said
year,
extremely
new
unengagingly.
opportunities.
No. Rifter copies Al's voice.
Let's
I hate
not
this
die.
part.
Yes.
A new year, new adventures, new opportunities. And
Yeah.
Lork puts the card in, heading to the next floor.
As it
Very
begins to
rough.
close, Urgoth just says in, to the safety of our second party of the year.
Okay.
Second, as the doors close.
Exactly.
Damn, we were too slow.
Listen, all
Not
I'm saying is that I've been awake and ready for 8 hours.
Alright.
And
Sounds
myself
like
for
a
roughly the
problem.
same.
Lorik.
Hmm?
I would like you to roll me a d10.
Oh, fuck.
Oh no. Oh no.
Alright.
I would like to clarify, we are heading to a new floor.
Yes, you are.
Oh, thank God. Oh, right, it wasn't a D100.
Indeed it is. So would the party like to call it there, or would the party like to
Oh.
see what twists they have in store?
I think now is a good stopping point.
Yeah, and we can see what's coming up when we actually reconvene and get our asses fucking murdered.
Rad. Oh, I don't know. I personally think that'd be a fucking great cliffhanger to open the doors, show us a sneak peek, and then we fucking gone.
As the doors begin to open, you see a great field of gentle red grass, followed by a small wooden outpost great in the distance, and some small outcroppings of stone nearby. This area is generally barren of anything but grass.
Fiend. Language, Lorik.
What?
Grass.
Why in the hell are we back here?
Wait.
Now hold on
this-
a minute. We don't know if it's the same floor.
What are you talking about?
The goddamned hell floor.
It seems almost different somehow. I don't think this is the same floor. You see, out in the distance?
The door immediately shuts.
Okay.
Never mind, I was wrong.
What, are we getting another one of those notes saying, "Oh, I'm sorry, I made a mistake," and sent you to a place where you're almost guaranteed to die?
Based?
Based on what?
Oh,
In front of you, as you peer out, there's a gentle, almost, it's not actually emerald, but just a dark green stone. You're in the center of a of a green stone cavern that begins to peak on this side to your east. The wall is moist and wet with mold, in addition to the rock's just naturally green shade. Underneath, it's completely cut stone with not much vegetation to speak of, and in front of you is a gentle green magical energy glowing around a rock structure with a small brass arch at the peak of its stairs.
Here we go
Are
again.
you sure it's not a circle?
Is everyone actually there? Eight's there, Doppler's there, Rifter's there, Lorik's there, Daria. Yeah, okay. Everybody's here.
All 7 of us.
Superb. Would we like to call it there?
Yes.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yes.
No, I actually think it'd be great to do an entire session at 11:48. I think that's
Yes.
perfect.
Yeah, no, I'm
Well,
with
it's only
them.
10:48 here, so
Yank.
I'm
Not
with them.
Okay.
dank.
Okay, Mr. Dakota.
okay. Look, you don't have to insult me like that. What did I ever do to you?
You didn't get me the burger, that's fine.
Where's
Fuck
my
the burger.
Where's my burger? Okay. So yeah.
Great.
Die, monster.
Monster. Monster.
Monster.
Monster Energy.
Too much monster?
Kidney
You don't-
stones?
You don't belong in this world.
Thank you, everyone, for
I think that
sticking
chat's
through this
broken.
3.5-hour journey that we got to have tonight. It's about to be time to be back in the dungeon with some action-packed, less dramatic situations, but nonetheless,
Joke's on you. We can make anything dramatic
well,
Yeah, true.
and traumatic.
Oh, exactly.
that one especially. You know, we're definitely gonna
Especially
have
for
some of
you.
that.
It is our job to make DMing as traumatic as possible for you, Lothair.
As is the way of life.
This is the way.
In life, you're one of two people. You're the traumatizer or the traumatee. Anyway, thank you everyone for
both.
sticking through it. Look forward to hopefully seeing you
Yeah.
again next week. Anyone have any closing thoughts? Sounds good. See ya.
Yeah.
Actually, I have like 30 billion theories
Nope.
about